It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason. Talks like a spaz. And he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Alrighty, here we go. Today is Tuesday, Fat Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is. That means Virginia is in New Orleans today. We talked to her yesterday on the After the Show podcast a little bit. She had just woken up.
It was weird. So many people thought she was drunk still.
Yeah?
They were. I was reading the chat room like, she's definitely drunk right now. I'm like, no, I think she's good.
No, she sounded like she was pretty sober to me. I think she had been out. She had said she went raging the day before.
She had party voice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, knowing Virginia, I've heard her drunk many a time.
Oh yeah, that was not drunk.
No,
y'all.
that's not. No, she was fine yesterday on that, and it sounds like she gets it all out of her system because she was talking about today. She gets up and kind of hits the parade route until about 1 p.m. and then she shuts it down and goes home because she says it just gets too insane around Bourbon Street and where they have all the big parades. So she'll be out until about 1 p.m. and then she's driving back here tomorrow.
So today's the last day of the New Orleans festivities for this particular holiday?
Yeah, what you have today, it's Fat Tuesday, so you blow it all out today, and then tomorrow's Ash Wednesday, where you then go through all your penance. So you do all your sinning today, and then tomorrow you say that you're sorry for all the sins you're going to commit today.
So is Mardi Gras and being a Catholic kind of together, or no? It has nothing to do with it?
I think it's more of a Catholic thing.
Okay.
That they do, and at least in that part. I don't know if, Catholics everywhere are all into it.
Because my mom and Ann were Catholic, and they never talked about Mardi Gras or getting beads and how they would get the beads.
Right, yeah, I think it's mainly for, people there.
Got ya.
In New Orleans. It's got that own special flair. So that's what that's all about. So if you wanted to get fat today, today's also International Pancake Day.
It is. I saw that. Are there deals out there?
IHOP's got the free short stack, I think it is.
Okay.
That you can go and check out. So, yeah, there are some deals.
Was Fat Kevin a short stack kind of guy? Or
No, I was a big stack.
Because short stack sounds like there's not that many.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go for a short stack.
Oh,
Come on, you kidding me?
Fat Kevin goes to IHOP. Fat Kevin gets the big old smiley face pancake.
Yeah, he does.
Loaded up with them chocolate chips.
Oh, yeah, like whipped cream on top with lots of syrup.
Adult Jbird loves that dish. It's so good. It's so good.
Well, 93% of Americans love or like pancakes. So it's a pretty universal thing. And look, hey, I love them, but I don't eat them. But I love them.
There's always a debate: the pancake versus the waffle. And I'm gonna go pancake.
Me too.
I like pancake. They seem buttery. They more buttery and a little bit more. I don't. The texture's better.
Texture's better. That's what wins. I know people make the argument. Well, with the waffle, you've got basically little syrup cups, and that makes it so delicious. But I don't know. I've always liked the pancake better. And they don't seem to do as many tricks with waffles as they do with pancakes. They put chocolate chips a lot and different things in your pancakes. I don't know why they don't seem to do that very often with waffles.
They do the bacon chips or the bacon chunks in a waffle.
I'd be okay with that.
It's really good.
I'd go for that.
A waffle with the bacon. Oh, it is good.
Don't get me wrong. Fat Kevin didn't hate a waffle either. I mean, I ate those. Because we had the ones you put in the toaster, so they were very convenient. And then I would get those and I would smear smooth peanut butter between them and then put tons of syrup on it.
Oh, Fat Kevin, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what's really good, too. Get some waffles, and you can make a delicious grilled cheese with them as your bread. You take some, maybe some brie cheese, and then you put some strawberry jam in the middle of that baby.
All right.
Load it up with the jam.
I'm feeling you.
Load it up with the cheese, and load it up with the butter, and you have a delicious sandwich. The waffle grilled cheese.
I feel like we're starting Fat Tuesday off right.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about food and gorging on it. So it's myself, Bird, we got Dennys, we got Suits. Everybody else is here for your Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
Other than food, what are you thinking about today, Jbird?
Ghosts and spirits.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pumped. This weekend's going to be a big weekend for me, the Weird and Whatever podcast, Vicky. We are going to be filming my house while I sleep, like we did the first that one time where we got the ghost footage.
Yeah, right.
They got on all those the TV shows, or I should say TV show. It was supposed to be on a couple other shows, but for whatever reason they didn't play the footage. But we are doing that again.
Now, give people an update if they missed it, because you've had some activities, a lot of strange things happening in your house, and this is the reason why you're doing this. What are the couple odd phenomenon that's happened lately?
We are I call this a hotbed of activity right now that usually goes in spurts like this. It'll be really active, and then it won't be anything for a while, and then it'll be really, really active. And right now, it's extremely active. At least how I feel things are going down. I've told you guys about how I was woken up by a weeping man in my pantry that is connected to my kitchen.
And that you heard but didn't see, right? You didn't
Correct.
see. Yeah. Okay.
When I would walk up to the weeping man, it would stop. And I'd go back to sleep, or I'd try to go to sleep, and I would hear it again. I'd get up to try to investigate. I tried to record. Nothing came out of it. So we had that going on.
That, by the way, is very terrifying.
Yeah.
That's like something you would see. To me, that's like the start of something in a horror movie.
We have the shadow figures that I've seen. That's been the most activity. There's something in the corner of my living room that seems to squat down. Then it would appear to sprint at me and then come back into the corner and then squat down again.
That's terrifying too.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that usually the start of some kind of bad spirit or some demonic, the dark spirits?
Not always, Kevin.
Not always.
That's why we're going to do an investigation.
Okay.
We want to capture this on video. I want as much proof as possible. Even with the last video we had, we still have people thinking it wasn't good enough or we faked it.
Okay.
I want as much proof as possible.
Okay.
I mean,
You're going for it.
Don't the people want that?
Yeah, there are a lot of people like doing it. I mean, I think it's I guess brave that you're doing it, because I would do not dabble.
Because I'll get scathing emails. Why are you doing this? This is stupid. Why are you messing with this stuff? Because I want to try to prove the world that's out there.
Yeah, hey, I just think it's, some people are just frightened by it. But hey, you're willing to do the work and risk being possessed and all that kind of good stuff. So, I'm definitely fascinated by it.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Sweet Dennys, Vicky would like you there too this weekend, if you can be. I'm not sure if you can.
Yeah, I was going to stop by for the beginning of it.
Yeah,
it's on Friday, right?
Yeah.
He's going to leave when you get possessed.
Once you guys start, doing your stuff.
But I'm telling the good people listening to this program now so they can follow along our journey. I'm going to do a lot of social media stuff about it.
Oh, that's cool. I know
Yeah.
people love watching. I will watch from a distance.
Okay.
That's how I'm going to do it. What you got on your mind today, Dennys?
So I was showering this morning, and I felt something brush my hair. So I feel around, and there's nothing. So I keep shampooing.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And then I
hate
felt
that.
something brush the back of my leg.
Oh, no.
And I turned around, and there's nothing.
What?
I can't figure it out. So I finished showering, and I'm drying off. And on the towel, I see a tree frog.
Oh, no way.
It was jumping around the shower this morning while I was showering, and it kept
way.
randomly brushing me.
Oh, my God.
The whole shower I took, my shoulders are up by my ears, and I'm so
man.
my hair is on the back of my neck.
That is the worst. That happened to me at our old townhouse where I was on the couch sleeping and a frog jumped on my body. I'm like,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's so alarming.
So skeeved out. But I don't know who designed my bathroom, but they made these giant windows in my bathroom that slide open, which is pretty nice, except for it's in your bathroom, so you'll never open them. So why would it? So all it ever does is it lets lizards and frogs in my bathroom. So there's nothing worse than when you're on the toilet and you see a lizard start walking up towards you, and you have to start preparing yourself.
Yeah, that is, especially in Florida, because there's just so many critters that if something brushes up against you, I've had that so many times. Immediately, I'm freaking. I'm like, what is this thing? Because it's usually not good.
I know. I left my back door open for a good 25 minutes. Didn't realize I did it that long. I'm going, 25 minutes. That's a long time for something to come in here and just chill for a little bit.
Well, so I have that cat door that swings open and closed so my cats can go on the porch. I just had to repair my screen because a raccoon, it was in the middle of the day, which usually isn't a good sign for raccoons, was walking by my screen, and it started attacking my screen, and my cats were on the porch, and they started hissing and doing the whole thing. And I went out and started banging on stuff to get, and the raccoon ran off, whatever. Well, so the other night, I hear this shuffling noise. I don't know what it is. I look on my porch. The raccoon's trying to come in through my little doggy door.
Oh,
he got
my
on
gosh.
my porch. He ripped my screen open, like, popping through, like snapping to a Slim Jim.
Is it possible that this raccoon's a pothead and just wants some of your weed?
He smelled so he's like, yo, something smells good in
Dude, I
there.
know what you got in there.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So now I had to block it off. I had to tape up my screen. Now the raccoon can't get in, but
Do we collectively have a lot of animal problems? I feel like we have more animal issues than most people. Or does everyone have crazy animal stories like we do? Kevin's had birds try to attack him.
remember when I had those bees in my trash can?
Yes.
There's like
Yeah.
a whole hive of them.
My rat debacle.
Oh, that one morning I came out and there was like 14 cats in my back porch
I
area.
witnessed a duck murder.
Yeah, it is pretty wild.
Yeah, I think a big part of it's Florida. There's just so many crazy critters around.
Okay, all right. I just feel like we always have these crazy animals.
Yeah.
There it is.
So I think that's what it is. What I got on my mind here today, man, when I was a kid, I grew up, I loved baseball. It's my favorite sport. When I was a kid, Cincinnati Reds were great, winning World Series, and I fell in love with it, and I played it all through, my younger years and into high school. And, man, it's so disappointing now because there's just one story that I hate after another. And a lot of it's happening right here in South Florida. They've got these labor talks going on with the baseball owners and the players union at Roger Dean Stadium. So it's all happening right here in Palm Beach County. And they didn't come to an agreement yesterday. They extended the deadline another day, which means they'll start at 11 a.m. and go till 5 p.m. today. And if they can't come up with an agreement, then I guess they delay the start of the season, and it's very unfortunate because it just looks like a bunch of greed, and in a time where people can't afford a lot of stuff, these guys are fighting over money that none of us would ever kind of even be able to relate to.
Someone asked, they go, I don't watch baseball, I hate baseball, but I sort of want to know why it stopped, because it's going to affect South Florida. So can Kevin do one of those 10-second things of why there's drama about it?
Yeah, owners and players can't agree on money. Owners want to keep it. Players want to have it. And they also can't agree on how many games to play in the playoffs or how many teams should be in it.
Boom.
Oh,
Nailed
wow.
it with
All
a
right.
second or
I'm
two
all
to
caught up.
spare.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah, greed, money,
Yeah.
the babies.
They're very far apart. And like I said yesterday, it's big for us here in South Florida because spring training, will pump $32 million every year into Jupiter's economy, $15 million into Port St. Lucie. So we're missing all that money. I would say we're not going to get a spring training this year. And it's just unfortunate because we got through COVID, and then these morons can't get it together for this year.
It's so crazy. I was watching a documentary about old school baseball back in the 50s and in the 60s, and they're talking about their salaries of what baseball players made back
Play
then.
for beer and hot dogs.
Oh my gosh, they made so little money.
Yeah.
It took a long time to get. All of a sudden, it exploded back up in the 80s.
Yeah.
The advertisers.
Yeah, the free, all that's the free agency, all that stuff changed.
Well, you got soccer, MMA, a bunch of other sports are passing baseball by, and they're going to wake up probably by the time they get this thing settled to realize they're the 7th most popular sport in America now. And, now I'm a big old Marlins fan, and so had bad news yesterday, I guess. I mean, Derek Jeter, I was very hopeful. He was, a Hall of Famer, great player for the Yankees, and when he took over CEO for the Marlins, I'm like, oh, he's going to get him to the World Series. That's not going to happen. Derek Jeter is out as the CEO of the Marlins. He shared his 4% stake in the team.
Dang,
so he's
Jeets
gone.
is out?
Jeets is gone. So he said the vision for the future of the franchise is different than the one I signed up to lead. So he's out. The Marlins had the worst record in the majors and the lowest attendance in baseball during his 3 relevant seasons.
So you got Derek Jeter, who is an unbelievable baseball player and a baseball mind.
Yeah.
And you've got the stats to back up the Marlins are not crushing it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you listen to Jeter? And who, if people are making decisions who've never been on the baseball field, that would be annoying. And it's probably what's going on.
It really is. So it's just unfortunate because I would love to see a good Miami Marlins team with great attendance and all that kind of stuff. But, where baseball sits today, it's not really optimistic. So.
Dennys, I mean, you're a huge baseball fan. I mean, you got to be reeling.
Oh, it hurt my heart when I heard that these players won't play.
Yeah. Poor daddies.
Yes.
Well, today is Fat Tuesday. It's also International Pancake Day. Isn't that convenient?
It's great fun.
Yeah, it seems like it just all goes together, doesn't it?
I like when there's fun holiday and things to look forward to early in the week.
Yeah, and that's what you got going on. So it's Tuesday. Gorge yourself today.
Party's already started, baby. It's not even the weekend.
Have at it. So I got some random questions here, some of these dealing with food. What food would devastate you if it were discontinued?
Pizza. It would
Oh, my
wreck
gosh.
my world. I would legit fall into a severe deep depression if I was never ever allowed to have pizza again.
Yeah, okay.
It's my all-time favorite. It's my #1 favorite thing, and I get such enjoyment out of it.
That'd probably be the #1 global answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we would see a severe depression across the globe if pizza was gone.
Oh, yeah.
Morale would be down.
I think globally it would be the #1 favorite food of
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, that would be the one that would cause the most damage.
Is that same for you?
Well, I mean, I love pizza. I always have to do kind of like the keto stuff. So, but I gotta tell you, it is one of my favorites still, though. I mean, they even do a good keto crust.
But what's one that would really hit the Kevin Ralston right in the nards?
Well, the one that right now, and this is just where I am today. I'm not arguing it's the best food ever, but I eat a ton of nuts.
They are good.
It's kind of like my junk food. And if it were gone, I'd be like going, why, God? Like, you know, everything else is gone because it's just not good for me. And like, I found the one thing that might kind of almost be healthy in some quantities, but you took that too.
You're so right. Nuts is such a great snack, and I'll tell you why. Because if you're starving and
Yeah.
you get that kind of animalistic type of
Yep.
hunger, you can tear right into that baby and
Yep.
get to work.
Oh, yeah, you can. It works for you. I love it. What is one food that everybody likes that you hate?
Sushi.
Okay.
So many people love sushi. I can do the veggie rolls every now and then, but if you told me I had to eat some kind of tuna sushi, I'd be real bummed out.
Big fans of it. Yeah. People do really love their sushi.
Don't you like it?
I do like sushi. I'm okay with it. I eat the sashimi now because the sushi has the rice. Keto Kev can't do sushi anymore.
Yeah, I'm always talking about how the rice is awesome and just give me the rice, hold the sushi.
So you want the exact opposite.
I do, and they're putting leaves, like the seaweed stuff in there. And some of that it tastes different depending on what the kind you get. And there's
Yeah.
a type that really doesn't jive well with my palate.
Yeah, there's one thing that they put in a lot of soups that I don't understand. It's a hard leaf. Have you ever had that where you're eating a soup and there's a hard leaf in it, and I'm like, this isn't edible and it doesn't taste like anything. I guess it gives it flavor, maybe, but can we take that out before you throw it in my bowl?
Yeah, I find most leaves when it comes to food is a BI, bully
Yeah,
ingredient.
you don't want leaves in your food. It's not a good thing. What is something you're into that most people don't get?
I want to say knick-knack collecting and figure collecting, but a lot of people do get that. I know
Yeah.
Virginia rips on me, but it really is. There's a lot of people that's into that. I would say maybe wiffle ball, adult men playing wiffle ball.
Okay.
A lot of people don't get that,
Okay.
especially when there's arguments and fighting going on.
Yeah, okay.
And taking it seriously, and there's stats
Yeah.
and a newsletter written.
Yeah.
And nobody cares but the people playing.
For me, probably boring history documentaries. There's a lot of people I try to talk to about that, and they're just like, I have no interest. I don't know what you're talking about, and I have no interest in it whatsoever.
I never paid attention in school, but I always paid attention to history. I love history.
It's great.
I really
Storytelling.
do.
It's fascinating stuff.
It is.
Come on, man. It's crazy. What would a 10-year-old you never believe about an adult you?
Oh my, yeah, just it all. The drinking,
Okay.
Oh, Jbird led
The hedonistic bird?
Oh, I was leading the charge for Dare as a kid. Just, Mom, Dad, drinking's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I was really,
Yeah.
Jbird would be real disappointed. Little Jbird,
Yeah.
10-year-old Jbird wouldn't believe it.
Couldn't even believe if you would go in and see the liquor bottles you might have.
Couldn't believe
Yeah,
it.
right. What turned the corner? What happened? Just the peer pressure got to you?
Life, bro.
Yeah. You're like, let me see what the hype is about this. Oh my gosh, I feel amazing.
It didn't
Yeah.
hit me till the end of my 18th birthday. I didn't have a sip of alcohol until I was about a month away from being 19.
And I was like the same way. I was the last kid in my class to start drinking, and everybody would be off at a high school party and they'd be drinking, and I'd just be playing music by myself because I'm like, I don't want to be a part of all that. And I'm like, gosh, this is really boring.
Yeah, the first time I drank, I was in Panama City, and somehow I ended up getting to be the host of a wet T-shirt contest. So I was like, I'm kind of having fun. I'm having a good time. Yeah.
So you went from docile, sober bird to hosting a wet T-shirt contest.
I was never docile. I wouldn't say docile.
Okay.
But it just Turn
the corner.
It up another level. Yeah.
Okay, what would you say is a perk of being you? Everybody's got their own little level of perks, but what's a perk about being Jbird, would you say?
I'm pretty I'm pretty secure of who I am with my. I get that people think I'm weird, and I'm okay with that. I'm at a point in my life I don't care about what people truly think of me, and I think that's a good thing.
Age does bring that on.
It does. You can't. You just learn you can't care about everybody's opinion. It's really hard. It'll drive you mad.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Getting older, you kind of realize that things that I cared about 20 years ago, 10 years ago,
right?
Don't. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, radio gives you some perks. There are some things there. You get, things that you do with clients and whatnot, and, got hair because of radio and things like that. So that's a definite perk.
Yeah, to your point, I think being in the public eye, you hear so much feedback and stuff like that to where you kind of get to a point where some things won't bother you anymore. I mean,
right.
when my mom was on her deathbed, Howard Stern fans were emailing me saying, I hope your mom dies, blah, blah, blah. After you hear something like that,
you can take anything.
It kind of makes you bulletproof a little bit. So I look at that as a perk.
Okay.
Honestly.
All right. Well, how well do you know us? If you've been listening to the show for a while, this is probably going to be pretty easy for you. These are all different comments, posts that we put up mainly on Twitter, just little comments. And if you can figure out whose post is whose, I'm going to hook you up with tickets to go check out the Rib Roundup that is going to be going on this Saturday at the, I Think, Financial Amphitheater. You can go out there. They've got a really good lineup. If you do like country music, I am a big fan of Jake Owen. He's from Vero Beach. He's an A-lister. I mean, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning, Jbird. That's the kind of wisdom you get from one Jake Owen.
Wow. 10-year-old Jbird does not agree with that song.
He would not agree with that, yeah. Jimmy Allen, who was named the best new artist. He's got a lot of great songs. Jameson Rogers, LV Shane, just some of the artists going to be there. Plus, they got tons of ribs. So if you love ribs, the food might be your thing. And I have got some tickets for you if you can tell me which member of the KVJ show these apply to. Okay. Which KVJ show member said this? I wish I was an NFL home team, or I wish an NFL home team would play the Squid Game ominous music when their opponent goes 3 and out. Okay. One person on KVJ said that in a post on social media. Which KVJ show member said, smart people give TED Talks, I give bread talks. That's just how I roll. Get it? Give me bread till I'm dead is a hashtag. Who on the KVJ show posted this? If you tell a funny joke deep in the forest but nobody hears it, is it still considered a funny joke? And finally, who posted up, I really hate Steve Winwood music from the 80s. Sorry, that's it. Okay, how well do you know the show? Do you know who made these comments? If you do, you got tickets to the Rib Roundup going on this Saturday at the, I Think, Financial Amphitheater. Okay, which KVJ show member posted this? I wish an NFL home team would play the Squid Game ominous music when their opponent goes 3 and out. Which KVJ show member posted up, smart people give TED Talks, I give bread talks. That's just how I roll. Hashtag give me bread till I'm dead. Who posted up, if you tell a funny joke deep in the forest but nobody hears it, is it still considered a funny joke? And which KVJ show member posted up, I really hate Steve Winwood music from the 80s. Sorry, that's it.
I got to tell you, that comment right there has got the Steve Winwood fans just irate in the chat room.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. It's a very controversial statement, whoever made that. Rachel's on here from Royal Palm. Okay, Rachel, who do you think had the post about the Squid Game ominous music in NFL games?
That would be V.
Okay. What do you think about the bread talks?
Oh, Jbird all the way.
Okay. What about a funny joke deep in the forest?
That would be Dennys.
And who really hates Steve Winwood music from the 80s?
That would be you, Kev.
Oh, Rachel, you are all over it. Very nice. You got all of us on that.
Kevin, people want you to explain your hatred for Steve Winwood in the 80s.
There's just some songs that you don't like, and I don't know what it is. When it came out, it played a lot on the radio, and it drones to me. It doesn't go anywhere. It never caught me, and it would play all the time.
They did play it a lot.
Like, I'll be back in the high life again. I was at when I posted that, I was at a really awesome restaurant. Hadn't been there for a while. I think it was a Farm to Table. It was a new place in North Palm. I was enjoying it, and I was having some wine with some friends, and they just kept playing every Steve Winwood song. I'm like, I really am enjoying myself except for this music. And it really I'm like, gosh, it was like, I'm like, I forgot how many songs of his I don't like.
It's a pretty ballsy move to go full on one artist playlist at a restaurant.
That's what I thought too.
It's a big move.
That was because you never know. There may be one person. Yeah, you may love Steve Winwood, but there may be one person who really hates it. And just kind of a side note, it can kind of ruin their whole experience.
When you got all kinds of people there, you always got to have a mixture. You can't go all in on one artist.
And they were going all in on that one artist, and I was like, gosh, what's up with the Steve Winwood, man?
You would have hated it. There was this diner, and all they did was play kind of Elvis, like the doo-wop you don't like. It would have been rough. It was strictly just Elvis.
Why we say that? To me, when you go to a place, it's about ambiance, and music is about 50% of the ambiance. Like, you can make or break a place based on the music that you're playing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If I'm eating pancakes and enjoying it on International Pancake Day or National Pancake Day, and they're pumping in techno music,
right?
That's not a fun experience.
It's going to ruin it for you. Yeah, so that was just it for me. So, hey, look, obviously there's a lot of people that love Steve Winwood. I'm just not one of them. So there you go.
You'll get one Steve Winwood email, at least scathing. It's going to be long.
It's just an opinion. I get it. Look, I know the guy had bona fide hits. To me, the music drones on. It's not real hooky. It's just like, gosh, it's the kind of song, it just comes on. It's got the melody, tone, and tempo of something that you want to just hit next on.
Okay.
That's just how I feel. So, look, you know what? Hate me if you want. Yeah, coming up, there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Not only the Rib Roundup going on at the amphitheater, but you've also got this weekend, they're doing the Okeechobee Music Festival. So you got a couple of those going on. That's got Megan Thee Stallion. She's going to be one of the big headliners there at Sunshine Grove in Okeechobee. So another big weekend with lots of good stuff. We got Rib Roundup tickets for you all week long here on the KVJ Show. All right, we got another round of the Shark Tank here. Jbird has got a new product that he'd like to pitch. One that he thinks could take off. Could this be the one that finally cuts through and makes him a multi-gazillionaire?
Well, of course, I also got the sweet Dennys as part of the corporation.
That's great. Okay, good. Okay, so tell me about the product that we're going to be pitching here today in the Shark Tank.
Oh man, I hate driving to work with the same old scenery in the background. I wish I could change it up.
Well, don't fret, sweet Dennys. Let me tell you about the Whimsical window.
The Whimsical window? That sounds intriguing, Jbird.
You bet your sweet face it does, Dennys.
Could you tell me what it is?
Well, the Whimsical window is a device you can hook up to your car. This device then acts as a filter for your windshield.
Filter for your windshield? Do you mean like how they do it on Instagram?
Oh, exactly, mijo. You now can change what your drive looks like when you hit the road.
That sounds totally awesome. So if it's a cloudy day, but I want it to be sunny out, the Whimsical window can make it look like a sunshine party?
Oh yeah, sweet Dennys. You can do any filter you want. If you want it to look like you're driving in a meteor shower, the Whimsical window can make that happen.
For real?
Oh yeah. You can even make it look like it's snowing.
That's so exciting.
It is exciting, sweet Dennys.
I love how the Whimsical window can literally change what my drive looks like. I'm going to make it look like the sky is being taken over by crows. I can do it. Caquah, caquah, caquah.
We over here at Whimsical Window, we can make that happen. In fact, we can make all of your scenic dreams happen.
The Whimsical window. Driving has never looked so good.
Whimsical window. We're having great fun.
Wow. Okay. Now, I mean, that is really amazing because I will tell you that if I'm looking out my windows of my house and it's a gloomy, cloudy day, my mood is not going to be as great as if I look outside and I see sunshine.
Well, just think if you are driving, you got a long drive.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm glad that the Shark Tank's asking questions. I appreciate that.
Okay, yeah.
You got an 8-hour drive and it's cloudy, it's gloomy out. You don't want that.
No.
Let's say you long for a sunny day. Maybe you missed that Vermont snow.
Okay.
You can now have snow when you drive. Just put the whimsical window in your car.
It's an interesting concept. I would like to see the technology on this and how possible this is. Do you have any idea?
I'm glad you asked that, Kevin. The men and women with the science lab jackets, they're going to be, figuring all that out.
Oh, okay. So that's on them.
Idea, man.
Okay. Okay. Are you buying or are you selling the whimsical window?
Imagine that concept.
Imagine if you could drive and you could legit see crows flying, all these crows or whatever you want.
Yeah.
So what would be cool is
I don't know if I want to see crows. I'm not sure that would be the setting I get on my whimsical window.
Okay, how about this? Cannon's in the back seat. Hey, Dad, do you think you can put that dinosaur app on the windshield? Now you've got pterodactyls flying in the sky if you want.
Doesn't that sound like they could be very distracting if you're driving, though?
Well, I mean, you're right about that.
it's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
Entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
How about the crash? Will they see that when that happens?
We're going to be protected. We have some really good lawyers.
Insurance.
You're going to need good lawyers.
Windows Incorporated.
Where do you see all these people just driving into each other?
No, but the scientists will figure out the technical
The
part.
dangers, how to keep people from driving off the road when they see a pterodactyl swoop down at their car.
How cool would that be, though?
That could be traumatizing for small children,
Well,
too.
I'll just use that as first
okay.
example. It could be anything. It could be raining hot dogs if you want.
Okay. And then my question, though, let's say that you've got one of those intense Florida summer showers going on, and you can barely see, there's hardly any visibility, and you turn on the whimsical window to sunny. Does that fool you into thinking, do you still see all the other cars that are braking around you, or do you just see it is a sunny day and you plow on ahead right into them?
Great question.
Yeah.
A whimsical window is traffic friendly, road friendly, as we like to say.
Traffic friendly.
Yeah, we say this in the business. Yeah, it's absolutely road friendly.
Okay.
You will see brake lights, and you will see distance galore. Absolutely.
Distance galore. So it increases your invisibility or your visibility somehow?
I'm saying you are not going to be hindered by the
okay.
whimsical window.
So you can keep going.
You can keep going. You can keep going all night long.
Okay.
Whimsical window.
All right, Suits, put up there how many people are buying the whimsical window. If this were in the Shark Tank and the KVJ TV audience were the ones to get to choose, are they buying or selling on the whimsical window?
And if you're concerned about the driving aspect and the safety,
I'm very concerned about it.
we've got the back seat version where it is for the kids, where they look out their window and they can only see the dinosaurs.
So maybe always looking out the front windows, you would still see the regular day. The side windows in the back, you could change that almost like it's a TV screen.
Look, here at Whimsical Window Incorporated, we're open to suggestions. We're not one of those companies that are like, no,
You're not closed-minded.
Yeah, we want to hear the people.
Help make our product doable.
If you think it's unsafe, we'll just throw it in the back seat.
Okay.
Let the kids see the dinosaurs. All right.
Okay, all right. Buying or selling the whimsical window? If you'd like to jump into the KVJ TV chat, you just go to YouTube and look for the KVJ Show. Okay, what are the comments like right now on the whimsical window? Are people buying so far?
Kevin, my job as the CEO of Whimsical Window Incorporated, you're constantly selling, you're constantly pitching.
That's
so it's going back and forth right now. The good people have got some great ideas.
Okay.
I'm thinking Whimsical Window may be better for a house in the back seat of a car. So we can just block out all of the distraction. Now, what we could do for the driver, you could make a mild version where it's just sunshine and just cloudy.
Okay.
So there's no distraction.
Right.
How the distractions be for the little kids in the background?
The kids in the back.
Yeah,
okay.
who is ever in the background? If you want to look out, kind of like on a plane, you have the window seat, you can look out. Oh, crap, it's snowing over here.
What do you think kids would look at more, the phones and iPads that they're on or the whimsical window?
If you legit could make a sky look like it's raining hot dogs, I believe you would have kids looking at the raining hot
they'd be
dogs.
mesmerized.
Yeah, raining hot dogs? And by the way, we here at Whimsical Window, we project that to be the most popular.
Okay, will you, through trial and error, figure out what settings will actually amuse kids and which ones will horrify them? Because maybe some kids might be horrified by raining hot dogs.
We're open to all suggestions.
Okay, it's good.
Our motto is we hear you and we see you.
Well, right now in the KVJ TV chat room, it's neck and neck. 53% are selling. 47% are buying.
That's okay. We expected some pushback on this. It's controversial and it's cutting edge. It's provocative, baby.
Yeah.
Provocative ideas get shot down in the beginning.
They do. Yeah. I mean, there are actually some key items that I had seen that the Sharks have passed on before, even on the TV show.
Yeah.
That turned out to be big old products that were very popular.
Never let a no take away your shine, baby.
Okay. Yeah, some of the ones that they said the top 8 most successful products that got their start on Shark Tank that have generated a minimum of $100 million in sales. On Shark Tank, they passed on the Squatty Potty.
I mean, Dennys uses that.
Yeah.
Loves it.
They passed on that when that went there. They passed on Scrub Daddy. That was one. Tipsy Elves didn't get there. And the Sleep Styler was a product. It was a heat-free hair rollers created from memory foam to use while sleeping. And the Sharks passed on all those. So, I mean, just because our chat room's passing right now in Whimsical Window,
well, look,
doesn't mean one day it couldn't be a $100 million product.
It seems like only half of our chat room is passing on that. It's been neck and neck.
Oh, okay.
There's some people, that want to invest.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
I know none of this is going to ever happen. It's just so fun to pitch ideas in the Shark.
Absolutely.
I love pitching ideas in the Shark Tank. It's fun.
And you never know. One of these ideas one day might somehow make it, my man.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, Virginia is off at Mardi Gras today. She's traveling back tomorrow, so she'll be with us on Thursday. All part of her plan to take more vacation in 2022. So she's doing it. She's living her best life.
Do it. We got it.
Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, I love Shaq. I think he's one of the most likable celebrities out there. It's not often you ever hear anything that would make you think less of Shaquille O'Neal, but this one story, if he did this today, dude would get canceled.
Okay.
I'm just kind of wondering, how you will feel about Shaquille O'Neal after you hear what he did back in the day when he played for the Miami Heat. Got some relationship stuff going on here today. I didn't even know Hulk Hogan was remarried, but I guess that didn't even last. His second wife, Jennifer McDaniel, they are getting a divorce.
That's right, brother.
Because I remember they had the Hogan family, whatever it was. He had that reality show with his first wife, and his kids were on there.
It all blew up after that.
And then it blew up, and he got divorced there, and then he got remarried, I guess, as Jennifer McDaniel. Now that's blown up.
He said the reality show really did drive the family apart. Like, it blew the whole thing up.
So what ruined marriage, too? And this one couldn't have been long. I mean, his show was on, 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah,
it's
been a while.
I guess it was a while, yeah. Okay. Well, according to what we know so far about this second divorce, Hulk Hogan is going to have to buy her a new car within 45 days and guarantee she has to make 0 payments on the vehicle. She's also keeping a property they bought together in Palm Isle, Florida. Hulk is holding on to the Clearwater mansion. And apparently Hulk can't learn his lesson because he's already moved on to another girlfriend.
Oh, Hulkster.
I don't know if said girlfriend is part of the reason why he's going to be getting this divorce.
He keeps getting leg dropped in the wallet.
Yeah, he really is. So it's Hulk Hogan getting a divorce. We do have some lucky in love news, though. Colton Underwood from The Bachelor is gotten engaged to his political strategist boyfriend, Jordan C. Brown. And took an explanation from my wife, who watches The Bachelor and loves it and says, by the way, last night's episode was absolutely amazing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was like, did they do a gay season of The Bachelor? No, I guess Colton Underwood was straight on his season, but he's actually then came out and he's really gay.
I've fallen off The Bachelor ever since I lost about 300 Twitter followers when I was doing this live tweet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So you haven't been there for a while. So
yeah.
From my understanding, that's what went on. So, yeah, when I read that, I was like, wait a minute. So are they doing gay versions of The Bachelor? Which I think would be great. I think they should. But no, I guess he was on a straight episode or a season, and now he's engaged to a man, Jordan C. Brown. Congratulations to them. Oops, she did it again. Britney Spears is stripped down to her birthday suit once again for more nude photos. She loves to use things to cover up her nipples, though. This time they were strategic diamond emojis on her nipples and privates.
Is this something we can recreate here on the KVJ show?
Absolutely, if you'd like to, yeah.
Right.
I think she's laying in the surf, so we could definitely do that. We got beaches all around.
Dennys photo shoot today.
Yeah. You need a pendant necklace, too.
Ah, dang it.
And a blonde wig.
With the wig, I got you.
You got that, yeah.
It's that little necklace you're talking about.
Yeah. So Brittany's living her best life. She was on a tropical getaway with her fiance. So Sounds like she's doing very well. This Julia Garner is all over the place now. She's in Ozark as it's wrapping up its final season. They're going to be dropping new episodes, the last episodes of Ozark, in mid to late April. And she just had that Inventing Anna that was big on Netflix, where she was playing Anna Delvey on that. And now, if you know what this girl looks like, couldn't you see her as Madonna? She auditioned for the lead in the Madonna biopic.
Easily look like Madonna.
Yeah, I thought like that could work as well. Now, she's had an accent in Ozark, and she has a weird accent that she puts on in Inventing Anna, because I guess she's supposed to be Russian, German, something like that. By birth, and so she has an odd accent that you never heard.
So what does she talk like in real life?
I would imagine she doesn't have any accent, because I think I saw that she's from Ohio, and Ohio is one of those states that they say is as close to accentless as you can get in America.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a factoid, huh?
Yeah, they're saying, because you think of a lot of the other places that you go, especially the South, you go to the Northeast, New York, they definitely have accents. You go to Minnesota, they've got a distinct accent. You get a little bit to the west. I don't know that, Phoenix and Arizona, that they have much of an accent there. Maybe a little Spanish might be thrown into it. But yeah, they say if you want to go to an area where you really don't seem to have any negligible accent, Ohio seems to be one of those places.
Did not know it, Kev.
Yeah, Central Ohio, I would say, because I'm from Southeastern Ohio, and I talked a little bit like this when I came out.
Wow, man, you're tough.
Yeah. Also, if you were watching Paramount Plus's 1883, it was a prequel to their very popular show that they have on there, Yellowstone. It has Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, and Sam Elliott on it. Came to a close on Sunday, so season 1 is over, but the creator is saying that it doesn't seem like a second season is likely.
Yellowstone set in modern time or no?
That one's modern. The other one is a prequel, so it's the same family, because the whole thing is about them holding on to their ranch in Montana. So it's kind of where the struggle began. And they have even in, I think where it started with a flashback in Yellowstone itself, and it was Tim McGraw that was playing the role of one of the family members back around the Civil War.
Yeah, I'm getting that Yellowstone, but I will start dressing like the people in that show.
Oh, you should.
When I get into a show, I don't know.
Yeah.
It takes hold of me.
One of the big characters from Yellowstone. Yeah, I got another confirmation. I guess he lives in, someone had said he lives in Vero, and they tend to his pool. So.
Okay. Do we want to weird him out like we did the other actor?
I've been trying, but I haven't heard from him yet. Yeah. I don't know if you've been following this, but the Encanto soundtrack still #1 on the Billboard 200, and that We Don't Talk About Bruno is still #1 on the Hot 100, and it has been for quite some time. So people were loving that movie and that soundtrack. A couple of interesting things here. Samuel L. Jackson has made a comment about Joe Rogan, saying that he was wrong for using the N-word on his podcast. And then they asked him, they said, well, what about Quentin Tarantino? It's a white guy that is always, using the N-word profusely in his movies, and he says that's okay because he writes characters who say it. So I guess apparently that's how Samuel L. Jackson deciphers between the right and wrong use of the N-word. And this was kind of a surprising story, which I bet Shaquille O'Neal is like, dude, could you not tell this story? Gary Payton used to call him the Glove. That was his nickname when he played in the NBA, and he played with Shaquille O'Neal both for the Miami Heat and for the LA Lakers. And he said that Shaq used to store up a week's worth of urine in a bucket, and then as a hazing practice would dump it on rookies who were in the bathroom stall.
Yeah, Shaq didn't want that story told.
I wouldn't think so, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you like, wait, what was he doing? He was dropping human waste on people who are going to the bathroom?
So, that's definitely true?
That's according to what Gary Payton's saying. I haven't heard Shaq's reaction to it, whether he's confirmed or denied it, and they don't have any names of the rookies, so there's nobody necessarily to ask if he had ever done it, but I'm just wondering. I imagine now that the story is out, people will be asking about anybody, be like, is this true, and who did it happen to?
You're going to get that question, Shaq.
Yeah.
You're going to, yeah.
So there you go.
Dang.
So it's like, yeah, you imagine doing something like that today?
That is,
that's
it's
illegal, actually.
But even back then, though, how can anyone think that's cool?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Miami Heat, you'd be talking 2003, so you're talking almost 20 years ago.
I'm not trying to stand on no holy hill.
Earlier for the Lakers.
I'm like
Right.
you, I really do like Shaq. But when at any time period has dumping on urine been, oh, that was a good one.
And on top of that, the whole hazing thing. Now, I think he thought that it was just, he's talking about what a prankster Shaq was, maybe without thinking of how it really sounded. Because, he said that he used to steal Shaquille O'Neal's underwear, and so Shaquille O'Neal would have to drive home in a towel, and he'd laugh about that.
Yeah, so sometimes people don't mean to be a jerk
Right.
or don't mean to.
I think he thought it was very pranky, but be like, dude.
But if you're a rookie and you're just trying to get in the league and just do your thing, and you're on
the toilet and somebody dumps a bucket of urine on you?
Hardy har.
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
Kind of the same way. I'm like, man, for once, I'm glad I didn't play in the NBA.
Like, even in the 50s, people would be like, that's too much. Man.
Right. It does seem a little much. All right, taking a look at your celebrity birthdays. Justin Bieber turning 28 today. Kesha's 35. Lupita Nyong'o turns 39. Mark Paul Gosselaar is 48 from Saved by the Bell. That's Zach, right?
Yes.
Ron Howard, Opie Taylor is 68 today. And Roger Daltrey from The Who turns 78, who used to sing about how he hoped he would die before he got old. You're 78, dude.
I wonder if he still feels that way.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm sure radio knuckleheads have asked him that question before.
Yeah, it's kind of hard as you're about to hit 80. Got a third birthday shout out to Smiley Kenzie. That's from Mommy, Daddy, Sissy, Kristen, Tom, Kaylee, Grandmom, and Dude. And happy belated birthday to Daddy Thomas. His birthday was yesterday. And there you go. You got a photo of Kenzie. That's why they call him Smiley. He's not.
It's a great picture.
Yeah. Happy 15th birthday to Kelly. We love you, Punk from Mom, Dad, Lily, and Daisy. And there is a couple photos of her there on KVJ TV. Also, happy 30th birthday to my bestie, Bailey Woolen. She's an amazing daughter, sister, mom, wife, and friend. Hope she has an amazing day. Nikki sent that in. Happy birthday, sister. You're old, but we love you. Hope you're having the greatest year of your life. May your glass be ever overflowing. Can't wait till Sunday brunch. That's from B, Nikki, Jenna, Ella, May, Stetson, Kurtie, and Colt Shark. And there's a photo on KVJ TV. You want a birthday? Get a little shout out? Send a photo as well. Mail at kvjshow.com. Okay, what do you think about this? Good idea or bad idea here? Should she be throwing this dude she just started dating a half birthday party? Says, I went on a date with an amazing guy this weekend. We've known each other for about a year and have hung out, but this was the first time we did something romantic. I've liked this guy for a while, and I think that he likes me just as much. Well, on our date on Saturday, he let me know that he has never had a birthday party in his life. His parents were divorced, and he had a lot of issues growing up that were really sad. So I was thinking that I should throw him a birthday with some of our mutual friends. His actual birthday isn't until October, but I thought we could do a half birthday celebration. Does this sound like a good idea, or is it a disaster waiting to happen? Okay. Should she or should she not? Is that too much too soon, throwing a half birthday party for a dude that she hasn't been dating that long? Would you be weirded out, do you think, if a girl did that for you? Or would you be like, that's the best thing ever?
I think it all really depends on how much you like somebody. I think you ever meet somebody and you like him so much right away and you feel really comfortable, and there's other people it takes longer to get to know. Mm-hmm. If you're really jiving with somebody and you both are cheesy, someone's going to like that. If you're kind of on the fence about somebody, you're going to be freaked out.
Yeah. The only thing that I think, I don't know, the half birthday.
It's a nice gesture.
It
sweet.
is.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing.
It is sweet. I'm wondering, I guess a lot of, I don't know, I guess if you talk to your friends, they would be into it.
Don't make it his birthday. Just make it a celebration. Celebrate life. Let's have a party tonight.
Well, I think, what she wants is the fact that that's the whole theme, is that he's never, ever once in his life had a birthday party. And so she's like, you need a birthday party. I'm going to give you a birthday party. So I don't want to wait until October. And to me, the question is, I think it's a good idea.
Just wait.
But should she do it now, or should she just wait?
Yeah, just wait. She needs to wait.
Okay. I'll have Suits get people's opinion on this. The guy she just started dating has never had a birthday party. Should she throw him a half birthday party? yes, no, or wait. I think those are 3 options.
I didn't hear the first part when you said that he's never had a birthday party. Then this is too much. She's being, wait. Definitely wait. What are you doing? Wait.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for wait and just do it right.
Yeah.
Plan it up. Because I think the half birthday feels rushed and it feels desperate. Yes, it's sweet and it's good, but I think you got to wait.
I mean, again, why don't we just have like a fun party without putting any title on it and then do his birthday up real big for that too?
Yeah. I think what she's looking to do is she's looking to score points. And she really likes this guy and she wants to do something right now that is going to hopefully keep the relationship going. So she thinks that by throwing him a birthday party now, he's going to be like, wow, this girl really likes me. And now I know how much she really likes me. She's so thoughtful. And I think right now she would like to kick the relationship into a higher gear. That would be probably what she would say about not liking the idea to wait, saying, we might not even be together come then. I need it now. I need this now. I need something that is going to get him to really love me and see how much I care right now, not in October.
If that's the reason behind it, that's not good. Now, if you just want to do something quirky and fun and goofy, that's a different motive.
Yeah. Okay, well, right now, coming up on 100 votes, 63% of people are saying to wait. 26% just say, no, this is a bad idea, don't do it. And right now, only 11% are saying, do the half birthday party and now.
It's always 11 to 13%. I say it every time.
Yes. So when it comes to the bad idea right now, yeah, the wait is getting a majority of the votes.
Just wait.
Yeah, that is the thought. And maybe just try to do other things to keep him around until October when his real birthday is, and you can then throw him his first ever birthday party then.
Man, love makes you do goofy things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sure does. Okay. Always do appreciate your feedback. Yeah, with Virginia out today, it's a scramble for me. So somebody's trying to say that the girl from Ozark is actually from the Bronx, not Ohio. I had seen a conversation where people were saying her family was from Ohio, so maybe... I don't know. Maybe she was in the Bronx, maybe something else.
Damn it, Kevin.
And people were saying that the sharks on Shark Tank, they had actually passed on the Ring doorbell. Squatty Potty was one thing they went for. So that was what they had passed on infamously.
Oh.
They did go for the Squatty Potty, but they had passed on the Ring doorbell. That was the big knock.
I wonder why they passed on that. Did they think it was just like a regular home security system? It's been done before?
That would be the only thing I could think of because my wife was like, should we get a Ring doorbell? I'm like, we got Xfinity. We got the same concept there.
I guess.
And I think it records stuff. Yeah. And maybe that would be the only reason why you would have passed is thinking that all these other security systems are doing their own doorbell cameras. So why do you need to go you're doing what other companies are already doing. And it is kind of weird that Ring came in and now it's taken over the whole market.
Yeah, can somebody explain why Ring doorbell that blew everybody out of the water all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Because to me, it just seems just as if it's another company.
And maybe it's just because, I don't know, maybe it's just because not everybody has a home security system. And
what's so different about it?
Yeah, I don't know. She really likes the guy. They've known each other for a while, but they've just gone on a couple dates, and she found out that he's never had a birthday party in his life, so she wants to throw him a half birthday party because his real birthday's not until October. Is it a good idea or a bad idea? Some of the comments, one person said, that's stupid. Half birthday? Really? Is he turning 6 months old? You don't have half birthday parties for grown men. So you're going to look like a psycho lunatic, and you're going to scare him off. You absolutely should not do this.
Listen to the people on this one.
Another comment said, so he's never had a birthday and it's a half birthday? It's awesome. I think they're both goofy as heck and he would love it. If she makes it out of fun, then that's different.
So that's what I was saying. Have you ever been with somebody and you just are head over heels and you both are head over heels? You're in that puppy dog state of love.
Yes.
And they can do no wrong. If you're going through something like that, I could see it.
And you could do something dumb here, yeah.
But you both have to be at that state,
yeah.
And you both have to be feeling it like that. You both got to be goofy.
Yeah. And another person, as a majority of people were saying, to wait until October, saying it will mean more if they're still together in October and she throws him a birthday party because then it will show that she remembered from about 6 months or so prior that he had never had one, and she held on to that and did it for him. So at that time, it'd be better to do it then.
Nailed it.
Okay.
That's the comment.
Yeah. All right, we got a situation. You want to get some feedback on it, you can go ahead and just send us an email. It's mail@kvjshow.com.
People fighting online, losing their minds. So we read the crazy crap they write and have a fun time. Well, Get ready for this week's digital drama.
All right, got some fun posts here for you today. In fact, on the second post, we're going to have Suits jump in because Virginia's at Mardi Gras here today.
Whoa.
So it's just all the dudes.
Does he have to talk like Virginia the whole time, or can he talk in any voice he
can
wants?
do his own voice, whatever he chooses to do. It's all up to him. Got the first post here that is Lizzie. And she's one of those moms. You better not mess with her kid. She is a mama bear, and she's going off about it on Facebook here. I will play the role of Lizzie. Jbird, you're going to be Carlota, and Dennys, you can be Jeff.
All right.
In this first post that we got here. Lizzie said, "If you have something to say about my child, you better come say it to my face. Kids playing basketball on the road is normal, and if your vehicle accidentally gets hit by the ball because you are driving, get over it. It was an accident."
100%. Let kids be kids.
You 100% will be paying for the damages.
The F I will.
And I told him, all I told him is not to shoot the ball when people are driving by. Any other kid would have done the same.
You can stop after you saw him shoot the effing ball.
I did. That's why it didn't hit my car, idiot. Get over yourself and supervise your kids. Or is that too much to ask?
If you see kids playing in the road, which is normal around here, you should know not to pull right up on them. Let kids be kids. He didn't throw the ball at your car, and what kind of car is it? A Lamborghini?
Fine, kids be kids, but when you see a car coming, get out of the damn road. Again, supervise your kids.
My kids are supervised, and as for you, you can supervise these nuts.
Lizzie, I'm not sure that's how that insult works, you know, coming from a woman and all.
You can supervise these nuts.
I kind of felt like Kevin was channeling the actress from Ozark a little bit.
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
I can see that.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. A little inspiration there. Okay, the next one that we got here, this is the one we'll get Suits in on. This is Brad posting something up here, a little tidbit for Relationship 101. I'll play the role of Brad. Jbird, you can be Karen. Dennys is going to be Len, and then Suits is going to be Lynn. Suits, I'll have to have you call up here, okay, and then we'll put Suits.
We'll probably do a switcheroo because he comes in towards the end there.
Oh, okay. You're going to just...
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we
okay,
kinda worked it
We
out.
got a little stage thing going
right.
on here, Kev.
If you guys
Production.
can go fast enough.
I had to do a little blocking.
You're going to have Dennys exit stage left, and Suits going to come in stage right.
Yes.
I'm anxious to see how this works.
Well, I think because Suits and I kind of closed it out, so I'm going to have him jump over here. We'll
great.
just share this mic.
Let's do it.
It's theater.
Okay, here's what Brad posted up. Relationship 101. Keep your business off of Facebook. Regardless, if y'all are going through something, just stop it.
I love how this is a good idea when you think of it.
The old me would have fired back at you, but the new me will just ignore you.
Kind of like when we were together. Hashtag ignore me.
Hey, Karen, I won't ignore you.
Hey, Len, I'm ignoring her, not you. I'll beat your effing brains in.
It's none of your business anymore, Brad.
Sure it is. You don't just go right after somebody's ex without checking if it's cool with them.
You said you didn't care.
About her? But you have to be respectful.
You would think that Karen, of all people, would understand.
How's that?
Because Karen didn't even wait until Brad was an ex before going in head first. And that is how he got the nickname Backseat Brad.
Oh, dang. Backseat Brad.
Well, I don't want to get in the middle of this drama. However, Karen, I do own a car. Hashtag, so there's a chance.
Backseat Brad.
All right.
I don't know what I like better, that or D's nuts. All right, well, if you see an entertaining thread, make sure you send it our way. Mail at kvjshow.com. All right, some great suggestions rolling in here. Yeah, you talk about you get one last meal where they turn on the juice and zap you in the chair. What if you got one last song request?
Oh, yeah.
what would be the song that you would go with? Do you have one in particular that jumps out, Jbird?
My all-time favorite.
Yeah.
But sound like a broken record. Summer Highland Falls by Billy Joel.
Okay.
That's exactly how I want to leave this planet.
Yeah, I think one of my all-time favorite songs, and it kind of works, I like Death Cab for Cutie, Soul Meets Body.
There you go.
That might be one of the ones I would go with. It's kind of like up-tempo, because I was thinking about some of the songs that are out there. And I mean, you want something that's a little bit like, okay, life was great, it's yay, fun, and all that.
Mine's a bit depressing of a song. It's about love lost, but it's just my all-time favorite song. It's always been in my life.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard for me not want to go out with that one.
I think you got to go with like probably your overall number one song.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, a lot of the suggestions that we have here, there are some that are like, hey, it's a great song, but it just kind of like it feels like it would be the final song. Terry said Dust in the Wind would be mine.
I mean, it's topical.
I mean, there's probably not one better song about getting ready to kick it than Dust in the Wind.
It's legit about just exiting.
It's pretty much just about like, yep, and that's it. A lot of Queen songs people are suggesting. Somebody texted and said, the show must go on.
Oh, man. That would be in my top 5 possibly. That is such a great song. And when you know what happened with Freddie, it means more.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people were going for Queen songs. Dave was choosing Bohemian Rhapsody as his last request.
But what if you die quick? You're going to miss. I mean, it's a long song.
Well, that's just it. You don't die until the song is over.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah,
if that's the case.
Well, it's kind of like a last meal. They let you finish the meal before they zap you. So the song gets to finish and then lights out. And Ann was going to go with Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Yeah, I mean, that might be your favorite song, too.
Okay. That's a showstopper. We got several people saying Whitesnake's Here I Go Again, like Karen. That is going to be their final song.
Kind of pumps you up before you meet your maker.
Here I go again on my own. Yeah, it's like you're going to face the unknown. You're all by yourself, as you probably will be.
Tell me if this plays the Eye of the Tiger or the Rocky theme, getting you real jacked up to meet the Grim Reaper.
Is that what it is? Do you want to get excited like that?
Or I don't know.
Okay. I kind of thought this was a unique suggestion. A guy named Kevin on our YouTube page had said the Star Wars end credits music.
Yeah.
You think that would work as your final request?
There's a lot of awesome Star Wars stuff that it just kind of does something to the spirit. It jars it alive, man.
Mm-hmm. For last request, there's a lot of songs that do make sense. Jeff is going with the Final Countdown. Okay.
That's a good one.
We got Tim going with Closing Time by Semisonic. That's what they used to close all the bars down with in the early 2000s.
I'd be so bummed out if that was my last song.
Yeah, it just feels like...
I don't like it.
And I think I'm depressed with that song because I was in so many great bars and they turned the lights on. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
It would bum me out. That's why I don't want Closing Time. Jennifer is going with Living on a Prayer. Patrick wants Staying Alive.
You kind of be, you're being ironic. You're being a little clever.
Because you're not staying alive.
You're being a little jokey.
That ain't going to happen. Jackson is going with Say It Ain't So by Weezer.
Oh, great song.
That might be a good song, too. Yeah, if you're getting ready to kick it. Oddly enough, Michael's going with WAP. Okay, that's an interesting choice.
Did you say yours?
I think I'm going to go with Soul Meets Body, yeah.
That's right, okay.
Death Cab for Cutie. They've got another one, but it's on the sadder side, and it's I think it's sweet. It's I'll Follow You Into the Dark.
I mean...
And it's about, souls connected. You love somebody so much that, you and I together, and I will follow you anywhere, even into the dark abyss.
I don't know if I hate that. I don't know if that's depressing.
Yeah.
It's uplifting, I think.
That's why it's kind of a coin flip for me on Death Cab for Cutie songs. One of those two, I think, is going to be my final one. Got our old friend Roxanne here from Fort Pierce. I always love to hear what she's got to say. Roxanne, this is your final song request. What song are you going to go with?
Okay, everybody knows I'm a bit of a weirdo. I kind of have 3. I think my number 1 would be Welcome to My Nightmare, Alice Cooper.
Okay. All right.
Apple, also by Alice Cooper.
Okay.
Or on a little sensitive side, we would go Goodbye to Romance, Ozzy.
I think it's awesome.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Goodbye to
love it.
romance.
What about Ozzy Osbourne's "Mama, I'm Coming Home"?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That is a great.
That would be a good one.
Roxanne
But
approved.
I think I would definitely do "Welcome to My Nightmare" or "Cold Apple." I actually want those two played at my funeral, so.
Roxanne, I love it, and I love you.
Yeah. Hey, Roxanne's.
Oh, I love y'all too.
Go figure. Roxanne is going to have a very entertaining funeral.
Welcome to my night.
Yeah. It's going to be a great hard rock playlist.
That is so awesome.
That is. That's Roxanne. All right. Love some of your answers so far. If you want to jump in on the conversation, go check out the KVJ Show YouTube page and also our Facebook page. You can see some of the comments going on in the chat right now, or you can see the thread itself posted up. Just go to Facebook and look for the KVJ Show. A lot of suggestions, good ones. If you got a last song request, kind of like a final meal, what would you choose? Definitely the number one artist for death songs is Queen. Somebody said you forgot a good one. Another one, Bites the Dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Go along with The Show Must Go On. And
They got another one called Days of Our Lives that it's the last song Freddie ever did. And
Wow.
it's got that same kind of tone about living your life and, going through it and going to the end.
Roxanne kicked off a lot of hair bands with her comments of what she wanted to hear. Somebody said Motley Crue's Home Sweet Home.
I mean, it's great.
Guns N' Roses' Paradise City is another one that you can go with. A lot of our New Yorkers are saying, hey, come on, My Way, what's up? Or
I
Blue
agree.
Eyes.
I love Sinatra.
Yeah, that would be one of the classics to do. Garth Brooks' The Dance is another one that you could throw in there, without a doubt. Final Request. And people are surprised you didn't say Bone Thugs and Harmony Crossroads.
I know, and I would, but
Yeah.
the Summer Highland Falls is my number one.
Yeah, gotta go with what you love.
Even when I was a little kid, I even asked myself that question: what song would I want to hear last? It's Summer Highland Falls.
That's it, all the way to the grave, baby.
It is.
Roxanne would probably approve of this. Blue Oyster Cult's Don't Fear the Reaper. Okay. Or Guns N' Roses' November Rain.
That's a jam.
It is.
It's long.
It is a long song. Remember the old Boys to Men and Mariah Carey, One Sweet Day?
Oh yeah, Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye. That's real.
That's
depressing.
true.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be so.
If that's the way you want to go. If that's the way you want to go. And Debbie in Boynton sent in something sweet. She said, my last request, I want to hear Duran Duran's Ordinary World. It was my mom's favorite song, and I'd want to hear that in hopes that when the song ends, I'd meet her in heaven.
Dang.
Yeah, there you go. That's the best comment of the day. So
That's like a Lifetime movie right there.
that
It's
is
beautiful.
right. Boom. It's over. And Mom, there you are. Don't we all hope? All right, so there you go. Again, you can jump on our Facebook page and give us your thought for your final request.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
I have been locked in nonstop to the Russian invasion of the Ukraine, just fascinated with the latest developments on what's going on. And I'm sure that a lot of people out there are really rooting on not only the Ukrainian people, but their president, Volodymyr Zelensky, who had maybe one of the most badass quotes ever when, the U.S. was like, hey, why don't we send in, a convoy and get you out of there? And he said, I need bullets, not a ride. And people are like, well, what's one of the most gangsta comments ever to come from a president? I think, ever since that quote came out, people are like, wow. And now people are doing a little bit more of a deeper dive on who this guy is, because it is kind of fascinating. I mean, we've had actors before, and I mean, Donald Trump was a TV star
Ronald
before he
Reagan
became president. So, we've had something similar. But have we ever had a president who previously had played the piano with his dong in front of a live audience?
No.
I don't think we have we?
Well, playing the piano is tough with your fingertips.
It is, yeah. Yeah, but apparently he brought out an extra hand. In 2016, Zelensky recreated one of this kind of like variety show's most memorable bits. It was a 5-minute performance in which he plays the piano with his manhood in front of a live audience.
Does he nail it?
It was pretty impressive, yeah. It wasn't too bad.
He playing with chopsticks or something?
Yeah. It was just, I don't know what the song was.
You can't play no Beethoven with that thing, right? It's got to be something pretty basic, like a chopsticks or a...
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to go with something that is, something that the Ukrainian people are going to love. So, I mean, that's a big one.
Is there audio of that somewhere?
There
or
is. I'm trying to
video?
find it, but yeah, I'm over here. I got 8
For some reason,
gazillion
I'm intrigued by this, Kev.
things going on here. Let me see if I can find it quickly here. I believe this might be it. Yeah, this is him on stage playing the piano, I believe, as he comes out here. And let me get to the point where he's doing it. Yeah, I mean, how about that? There's another guy that's doing it too, so it's him and another dude.
Wow.
There's no way that because they're standing in front of the piano and it looks like that there's no way they're playing that. I mean, but can you imagine that guy is going to lead your war against Russia? Yeah, there you go. That was just a clip of it.
I don't know if they're playing.
No, I doubt there. I guess that's probably the comedy part of it.
And wouldn't you? I mean, think about just the science behind this for a second. You couldn't be flaccid. There's no way you could do that with a soft taco.
I just don't think you could do that. Yeah,
Right?
I don't think you could do that. I think it's just a comedy bit.
All right.
That's my guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Though somebody can. I mean, if you got a piano at home and
But I think a lot would have to happen. You'd have to be at a certain state for this to work.
oh yeah. I mean the skill level,
Yeah, and you like
I
right,
mean,
right now we couldn't do it.
does that make you more of a presidential candidate or less? I got to say, probably the way things are going in life, you'd be like going, I want a president that can, and honestly, if they did that the next debates, that might win America.
Oh yeah. Look, I mean,
Look how much people love this Zelensky guy. And that's what he was doing in just 2016. It's really not that long ago. That was just 6 years ago. The Ukrainian president was on live TV in the Ukraine, supposedly playing the piano with his Johnson.
I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, I
Yeah.
do have a piano at home.
Okay.
Do
So
we-
why don't you see if you can do it?
do
Yeah.
we need to
Are we going to see that video, blurred out version?
Do we need to try this? I'll blur it up and I'll put your face over.
Okay. I'd like to see how it sounds. Yeah. And he also won the country's version of Dancing with the Stars in 2006.
Okay.
I mean, that's crazy. So, I mean, I guess this guy, and I saw he had played a role as a teacher on a popular Ukrainian TV show. And they say he also provided the voice of Paddington Bear on the Ukrainian dub versions of 2014's Paddington and its 2017 sequel, Paddington 2. So he did this 2 years before becoming elected the Ukrainian president. Here he is doing the voiceover for Paddington Bear.
Усі до мене такі добрі і привітні, попри те, що вони страшенно зайняті. То я на вигляд злодюга, а насправді янгол.
Гадаю, вам відомо, хто я такий.
О, так, ви дуже популярний актор.
VIP. Суперстар.
То колись було, а зараз ви собачу їжу рекламуєте.
Wow. How about
Yeah.
that, huh?
Look, I don't hate this idea. Tough love in the chat room. New world record Wednesday record. Longest song played with your soft taco. Soft taco, obviously, being your junk.
Longest song played, is that what it is?
Yeah, that will be, I think we would have to make it. You could probably
Okay.
make a world record with the longest song played with your.
Look it up, yeah.
Something tells me there's nothing on the record books on that one. But do you want that record?
But I mean, the question is, the only problem with it is, are you playing an actual song, or are you just slamming it against keys and there's nothing musical coming out of it?
That's you're asking
Yeah.
great questions.
I mean,
Dennis is
if you're
gonna
doing
ask
that, that's not that impressive. It's like, okay, anybody could do that. But yeah,
But if I
you
could
were,
do a little Glamorous Life by Sheila E. or something.
if you're playing Tchaikovsky,
Yeah, all right.
that could be amazing. You'd be like, oh my gosh.
If you could do a recognizable melody, now we're
Yes.
cooking with an idea.
Now that would be something. Yeah, so how about that? So apparently Ukrainians can dance, because not only is the president win Dancing with the Stars in Ukraine in 2006, but our own Dancing with the Stars champ, that Maxim Chermkovsky, I don't know if you've been following him, he put out a post yesterday saying he had gotten arrested in the Ukraine, but the story that I saw didn't really say how or why. But he did talk about how he got on this train that is supposed to fit 30 people, and they tried to cram 135 people on it, trying to get out of the Ukraine. So he said he was on his way out, and said that was what was going on. He said that it was just cramped. People were fighting. The air was just thick. Like, it was just hot, because you got, so when you put 135 people where only 30 should go, then you're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff. And we'd had this the other day where did supposedly the Simpsons predict that the Soviet Union was going to try to return to their glory.
They predicted it. What haven't they predicted?
Yeah, that's what people are saying. And now people are wondering, did Seinfeld predict the Ukrainian resistance? Okay.
Stop stalling.
I can't think it. It's all this noise.
Or is it because I've built a stronghold around Greenland? I've driven you out of Western Europe? And I've left you teetering on the brink of complete annihilation.
I'm not beaten yet. I still have armies in the Ukraine.
The Ukraine is a sitting duck. The Ukraine is weak. I think it's time to put the hurt on the Ukraine.
I come from Ukraine. You not say Ukraine weak.
Yeah, well, we're playing a game here, pal.
Ukraine is came to you. How about I take your little Boris?
Okay, so there you go. Don't mess with Ukraine. They say that several artists have canceled concerts in the Ukraine and Russia. We talked yesterday about Green Day making the announcement. Today, Louis Tomlinson has said that he is going to be canceling his show. And Imagine Dragons have canceled an upcoming performance that is going to be there. Still, there are many artists that have not yet canceled, including Eric Clapton has still got a show scheduled for either Moscow or St. Pete. Judas Priest, Bjork, Korn, Slipknot, Gorillaz, and Five Finger Death Punch all have shows booked between May and July. And either Moscow or Ukraine and or in St. Pete, and maybe they're hopeful that everything will be resolved and turn back to normal by then, or maybe they just haven't gotten around to canceling yet.
Five Finger Death Punch, they're easy listening?
Yes. Yeah. They're real soft. You can play it on the piano with your dong.
God.
Yes, it's that kind of music. Go along with it. All right, little kid or drunk adult. We all do dumb things. Sometimes when we do, we're a little kid. Sometimes we're drunk adults. Thank you for submitting the audio on the WRMF app. We got the talkback feature you can go to right in the bottom left-hand corner there. You just hit the little microphone, and you can send us audio up to 30 seconds that we can use here on the show. So you just tell us the dumb thing you did, leave a little bit of a space, and then let us know. Were you a little kid or a drunk adult when you did it? This was submitted by Jeremy. What do you think about this one?
I saw a horse pee in the snow, and my friends dared me to eat it. And I did.
Wait, the horse peed in the
snow, and his friend dared him to eat it, and he did. That dumb thing that he did, was he a little kid or a drunk adult?
That's got to be a drunk adult, right? On a dare?
Oh, kids love snow, though.
But do they love eating urine?
I think it's a kid for some reason.
Horse,
they love horses. They love snow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go drunk adult on this. I'm hoping it's drunk adult. I actually hope it's not anything, but it's happening. So.
I mean, that'd be some dark urine, right?
Yeah.
I've seen horse urine. It's like orange.
Right. It's going to have to be one or the other. So I'm going to go with drunk adult. What are you thinking here, Bird?
I'm going little kid.
Dennys?
I think drunk adult.
Okay, 2 drunk adults. What were you here, Jeremy?
I was a drunk adult. It was me and a couple of college friends. We were just walking down the streets of New York. And one of those police horses just kind of went in the snow, and my friends took one look at it, bet me $20 I wouldn't eat it, and I did.
Dog,
dude,
you better been doing shots. You need to have a really good excuse for that.
I almost feel like you better been doing shots and crack. I mean, that's
got to be super
too far.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
And especially New York snow. No offense, but New York City snow is probably the grossest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grant in the chat room said he's definitely done weirder things than this.
I think so. This isn't the worst thing he's done.
Just the tip of the
We'll hear
iceberg.
from him next week. He'll be back on. Okay, Erica has got a little kid or drunk adult story here.
I started crying when the waiter forgot my meatballs for my takeout order.
I get it.
Started crying when she didn't get her takeout meatball order. Was that a little kid or a drunk adult? What do you think on that one, Dennys?
It feels like a little kid, right? They didn't get what they wanted and they ordered, and then they threw a tantrum.
I'm going to go with that.
Little kid.
Here you go. So everybody's going little kid?
I was a drunk adult. I only went to the restaurant to get the meatballs. That was the only reason I went. So when I got home and I saw they weren't there, I started to cry, obviously. Well, I mean, I also been dumped by my boyfriend, so, everything was getting to me. And I just wanted my favorite meatballs to help heal my broken heart.
Damn, she want to eat them depressed meatballs.
That grief meal.
Meatballs and depression, they can go hand in hand, Denny's.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's Robbie that had to deal with a missing food issue with some stolen KFC.
I stole a bucket of KFC chicken and then tripped while running out, spilling it everywhere.
So he's carrying a bucket of chicken, running, trip, and then the whole bucket, all 20 pieces.
So what happened? I guess they would have put it on the counter, and then you just took off running with it, and then you tripped and fell, and the chicken spilled everywhere. I think is what Robbie's saying.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a drunk adult. That's my thought.
Drunk adult, definitely drunk adult.
It has to be, right?
I can't imagine. Why would a little kid grab a bucket of chicken and take off running?
I was a little kid. I was in a KFC with my punky friends, right? And we saw this elderly couple. They were ordering their food inside the restaurant. So we came up with a stupid plan. We were going to steal the food and just run out. So when they sat down, I snatched their bucket of fried chicken. As I was running out the door, I ran into a table and I spilled the chicken all over the floor. So I just ran out. And my parents found out what happened because one of their friends was eating there that day and they saw the whole thing go down.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking too little of a kid because I couldn't see a 9-year-old doing that. But yeah, I guess you're a punk little teenager.
A punk 12-year-old.
Oh, man, they're the worst.
A punky 12-year-old, very dangerous.
Okay. All right. I guess that makes a little bit more sense. And Bernadette submitted this on the WRMF app on the Mic Drop feature for little kid or drunk adult.
So I was at an event with a couple of girlfriends, and we were waiting online to use the restroom, and these other girls were in the restroom playing around, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to pee really bad. So I just went underneath the stall and just started peeing. And the other girls were standing there and didn't know what to do with me.
Okay. When you got to go, you got to go. So she climbed underneath the stall.
Oh, that's so gross.
That's pretty gross. The bathroom.
I mean, that could be the grossest thing you could do.
If we had to do that here at work, I'd be so bummed out.
I'd rather eat horse urine.
Under our stall to get to the toilet.
Everything says you were a drunk adult because you would go onto a gross bathroom floor. You really had to pee because you've been drinking so much. Girls are congregating in the bathroom, and that's why you can't get in, I guess, in the first place or in the stall. Yeah, I'm going to go definitely drunk adult on this.
I'm going little kid.
Dennys?
It's so hard because I can see a kid logic too, crawling under the stall.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
I can see him crawling under there.
Okay. All right. So you're both going little kid. I'm going drunk adult. What were you, Bernadette?
I was a drunk adult.
Okay. All right.
End of story. That's it.
That was it.
That's it.
She didn't want to tell anymore.
No, that's it.
I'm glad she left it out.
That's it. Thank you for all these submissions. If you haven't already, you can go and download the free 97.9 WRMF app. And the cool thing about it, when you do, you can listen to us live or 97.9 WRMF, and you can win all kinds of cool tickets. We gave away some tickets to the Daytona 500 just a couple of weeks ago. So go on there and make sure you use that mic drop feature and let us know, little kid or drunk adult. Jbird and Dennys ran into a Karen. That's never a fun thing to have happen. So what happened when you ran into a Karen? What exactly were you guys doing, and what was she yelling about?
Well, we know somebody that was going to sell us some music equipment at a really good price that we need for our studio.
Okay.
So we were going to meet. We were going to go over to the house to get it. So we did, but he's got a newborn baby, and the baby wasn't feeling good. So he had us meet down at the pool area.
Okay.
And he was running late, so me and Sweet Danny are waiting at the pool area. Okay. And this lady walks up to us, and she didn't even work there because I found out she didn't work there. She just lived there. Mm-hmm. She comes up and she said, "Well, what apartment do you two live in?" And we
asking why we're at the pool.
Yeah, why are you here? And we explained to her we're waiting for our friend. And then she starts going to this whole thing. If you're going to be at the pool area, you need to have the person who lives here be accompanied with you. This is against the rules. And me and Denny just said, well, we're not going swimming. We're literally just waiting here. He's going to be right down. Where else should we meet? She goes, you need to leave if you don't have the person here with you. And she goes, if you don't leave, I'm going to go to the front office. And
wow.
So me and Dennis goes, really? And then she walked away like she was going to the front office, and then she never came back.
We were waiting for her to come back too, because the guy came down, so we were going to prove to her that we actually did have permission to be there.
I want to get it on film. Say, look, lady, look, we're not doing anything shady. And he even told me, he said, A, that lady doesn't work there, and B. Right. you're allowed to. You don't have to have the person that lives there to be down there. If you're a guest, which we were,
yeah,
there's no reason to. And why does she care?
I don't think she liked our essence or something.
Yeah, she saw the dirty hippies out there waiting for some equipment. You guys had a look where it's like, yeah, these aren't the kind of jokesters I want around my place.
I mean, I had a Bigfoot tee on, a hat.
Yeah, I mean, I wear the same thing every day. I had a sweater on and jeans, so it's kind of...
there is a little ponytail discrimination out there. I will say that. There's a long hair discrimination.
She honed in on it.
You had a ponytail. She saw you. She knew immediately she didn't like you.
This guy's up to no good.
Up to no good.
It reminds me of the neighbor that you've got where just...
reports everything.
Getting involved on stuff that doesn't mean anything.
It is, yeah, and it's a weird, I guess, personality trait that so many people have, and it got labeled now as a Karen, and that's what it is. And yeah, it's people that just always interject themselves into something that they're not. It's no one's appointed them to watch this. Yeah, we have the woman at the end of our street that she will regulate all the parking, how you're supposed to park. We do have some rules, but if somebody has a car in their driveway or it's out on the street, she loses her mind. So my wife is always running around. My daughter would have, or any guests are over.
Yeah,
she was like, no, you got to park here, you got to do that. She's always shuffling the car because she knows she'll come down right away, beating on the door, being, hey, your parking's not right out here.
And it was a stereotypical Karen. I mean, it really. It really was.
It's such a bizarre personality trait of these people that feel like they've got to interject themselves into your stuff. And, it's not like you're out there doing an open drug deal.
No.
It's not like there's anything that illegal is going on. You're standing down there waiting for somebody. You're not in the pool.
I swear to you, there was no vaping going on. There was nothing going on. We weren't even really in the pool area. Just by it.
Right. RJ Dunn thinks that you guys look like drug dealers, and she thought that she was...
We probably
doing a favor to the neighborhood by running you off.
I'm sure that we do, but not just because you look like a drug dealer doesn't mean you are.
Right.
Yeah, and you got to wait for the real drug dealers to actually make the exchange before you bust them too. So
yeah,
she looked like a Karen. I mean, she had the tone of her voice, the whole "I'm entitled" and "What are you doing here?" It wasn't a nice tone.
Well, they put themselves into the place where security or the police should be, and they for some reason think that they are that, and they're not. And so they got to actually call you out to your face. Did you get into any other kind of altercation, or did you wind up getting your stuff and getting out of there?
Yeah, everything was cool after that. And maybe she didn't come back because she saw the guy come down and talk to us. We were, at that point, not drug dealers. We were legit.
Yeah. Grant said that's nothing. You got to check out the abuelas on the balcony in Hialeah. So apparently they will yell at you from the balconies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You're doing something, yeah.
If you're doing something, what if
it's something that she doesn't like, you're loitering around, the abuelas, the grandmas are up there, they're on the balconies.
Well, you ever have something happen where it just catches you off guard a little bit? Me and Sweet Dennys were just chilling, and we were waiting for him to come down. We were caught off guard. We didn't see her approach us. So she's like, why are you here? Who are you? What's going on? Where do you live at? And what's happening?
You're getting grilled. And that's what they'll do. You never know where a Karen might strike.
All of these people in my life acting berserk. I'm feeling all pissed off and hurt. I need to know if I am the jerk. Oh, am I the jerk? Oh.
Okay. People want to know if they're being a jerk in these kind of moments, calling people out. This one person said, am I the jerk for not letting this woman cut in line? It says here, I was at the gas station getting my usual cup of coffee and candy bar when this woman started coming down the checkout line asking the 15-plus people waiting if she could ditch the line because she was late for work. When she finally got to me and asked if she could cut the line, I nicely said, no, but thanks for asking. She then repeated herself, stating that she was late for work, at which I replied that stopping to get coffee after already being late wasn't the best choice. And then she went off, saying that I was not compassionate, I was insulting. I paid for my candy bar and my coffee. I ignored her remarks, and I calmly left as usual. Am I the jerk for not allowing her to cut me? After all, it was her choice to stop and get coffee after already being late for work. Not to mention, many offices have coffee for employees. So what do you think? Is that a jerky move, or should have been like, yeah, sure, go ahead?
No, I've had the same thing happen to me. You know when you're standing in line and it's long and they open a new register and they call over half the line?
And there's mass confusion.
Because you don't know where the line divides. Who's going to be the first one to go over? And then it kind of like a snakehead, it follows that the line follows.
The line's changed.
Yeah, so I didn't even make the decision. The guy goes, hey, you, I'm opening a new register, and points at me and tells me to come over. The lady behind me shoots in front of me and tries to cut me off. And the register guy goes, hey, I was saying we'll start the line after him, right?
Yeah.
And she refused. She said, I have less items. I should go first. Her. And I go, I don't care who goes first. I'm not in a hurry. And the guy goes, if it's that big of a deal, lady, I'll let you go first. And she made a big stink of it, and then she ended up ringing out before me.
See, that's what happens when evil wins. You know, she made a big stink, and just because no one wants to deal with your psycho crazy ass.
Well, I think they find that if they act psycho enough, they can go through life, and a majority of people just don't want the confrontation. So, like, whatever, it doesn't mean that much. Go ahead.
To answer the
You get your
question,
way.
to the scenario you did with the you're not a jerk if you don't let someone cut your line. You're the jerk because you expect the world to change for you. Now, with that said, I'm like Dennys. If I'm in line and someone's asking to cut me, I don't personally care.
Yeah.
But in that scenario, that person's not a jerk for not allowing them
I mean,
to
you
cut.
say you're not late for work, or it's like, hey, it's not like I got all the time in the world.
Exactly. You're entitled, and you think the world revolves around you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pretty good video. I don't know if you've seen. It's pouring outside of a grocery store, and a couple backs their car all the way up to the doors that open when you approach them. You know, the sliding doors to a grocery store?
Yeah.
All the way into the store. They back up, open their trunk. They block everyone from leaving the store, and they're loading their groceries in the trunk so they don't get wet. They back their car into the grocery store.
That's insane.
And somebody was filming all that?
Somebody filmed and they go, the inconsideration, and it's just them blocking everybody trying to leave the grocery store while it's pouring.
Yeah, people do that.
People are losing their damn minds.
They're losing their minds.
I see
They
that
really
all the
are.
time.
It's
People,
unreal.
they'll park in an area where it will block traffic, and they'll get out, and they do not give a crap about blocking anybody
don't.
or hindering anyone's way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somebody want to know, am I a jerk for selling my neighbor's gift? My neighbor bought me a weed whacker for my 30th birthday. I already have a weed whacker, so I decided to sell the one my neighbor got me and buy a new video game with the money I got. When I told my wife what I did, she visibly got upset. She said I was a jerk for selling the weed whacker. She went on to say that you should never sell something somebody gave you as a gift. I honestly didn't think this was such a big deal. My wife doubled down on her opinion the next day, so now I'm feeling like maybe I am a real jerk. Did I do something wrong here? Am I a jerk for selling the weed whacker? Is it bad etiquette to sell a gift you've received from someone? He sold the new one because the old one, I'm sure, is, weathered and it's got its marks on it, and so you can't really resell that. So it's like, thanks, I already have one, though, and you sell it off and you get a game that you want. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you probably talk to the person, they'd be like, yeah, go ahead. I'm glad you got something you liked.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal.
I don't think it's a big deal either. I mean, what does the neighbor even have to know about this? I guess when you're outside and you're using the old weed whackers, you're going to go,
whatever the weed whacker I got you.
Did a nice thing for you. You're not going to use my weed whacker.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll even really know, right?
People will. Oh,
I
Danny,
hear ya.
if you buy someone a weed whacker, they're going to notice if you're not using it.
If they see you out in the, you're going to have to now, like, weed whack your yard at night.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know.
I would be like you. I'd be like, what's the big deal?
I get that it would be. I would always feel uncomfortable using my old weed whacker in front of him.
That's where it is going to get odd. You're right, because if you see them and you're weed whacking with your old weed whacker, I would just take off running.
I personally don't sell the weed whacker.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't now.
Just so you don't have to deal with the uncomfortableness.
But if you did, you're not a jerk, right?
I don't think you are. So if your wife buys you something and you sell it, then I could see that could be like it's kind of a jerky thing. I bought this because I know you personally and you sold it. But if it's your neighbor or an acquaintance and they buy you something and you sell it, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I think you're a jerk, but I also don't want to deal with, why didn't you put my weed whacker? And now weed whacking's become doubly annoying.
And then you end up buying one.
I'll just use this guy's weed whacker.
We got a text that said, yes, you never sell something you're given. If you don't want it, pass it along to someone else.
It does look like, okay, I'm making a profit on this gift this guy got me on a video game. I wouldn't sell the weed whacker.
Okay, all right. This email says, am I the jerk for not paying a bill at a dinner I didn't want to attend? My friends who are a couple asked me out to dinner the other night. I really didn't want to go. I even mentioned to them that it wasn't the best night for me, but I could tell that they really wanted me there, so I went. I ordered an appetizer, a cheeseburger, and 2 beers, and when the bill came, my friends asked me how much I was putting in. I said I thought, well, since you guys invited me to dinner, I assume you guys were covering it. They both got really quiet and then mumbled, Yeah, no problem. We'll cover it. So they paid the bill. We
You're like,
went
all
about
right.
our separate ways. Fast forward 1 week later, I have texted both of them 3 times separately, and neither one has responded. That is completely out of character for them. It's like they are both ghosting me. I think I offended them when it came to our dinner bill. I always went by the rule that if somebody invites you to dinner, they pay. Am I a jerk for how I handled the situation, or are they?
So the way I look at it, if I invite somebody out to dinner, if I invite Kevin out, if I invite Dennys, I'm going to buy your dinner. That's how I'm going to roll. Now, if someone invites me out to dinner, I'm also going to offer to throw. No one's putting a gun to my head. No one's making me go out to dinner.
Yeah.
I'm going to at least offer to say, hey, what do I owe for my bill? And if they're cool, we got it covered, man.
Yeah,
Everyone's got to be cool.
I don't feel that somebody, because they invite you out for dinner, means that they're necessarily going to get your bill. If they did, that would be a very kind gesture. I'd be like, thank you so much. But even if I'm invited to dinner, I am still expecting to pay.
Oh, I am too.
Same here.
If you invite me to dinner, I'm going, all right, I'm going to have to drop some money here. I never expect it's going to be a free ride, because very often it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a jerk, but I think there is a little bit of etiquette that they should probably just follow to make their life easier.
A lot of the comments coming in are saying they're a jerk.
For not offering, or
for not offering to pay.
Look, again, everything comes down to hashtag be cool. Is it really that big of a deal to offer to pay?
I personally would have offered to pay, but
Right.
I mean, if somebody in my peer group didn't, I also would not be offended by that.
Yeah.
I would just be like, all right, no, that's fine.
If I'm inviting you to dinner, and especially if you're not feeling it and you're there, as the person who invited you, I'm going to buy your dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, again, that's the cool thing to do.
Matthew said the rule is you're a jerk unless they say, come to dinner, our treat. Unless they throw in those 2 key words, our treat, you still have to expect to pay, even if you were invited to dinner.
Yeah.
He should expect to pay.
Okay. All right, you got your own situation here where somebody's called you a jerk and you think, maybe I'm not. Okay, I don't know. I don't think that's fair. You can send us an email and we will give you a ruling, jerk or not. Mail at kvjshow.com.
People are going, dude, you did order 2 beers, too.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Jerk.
Yeah.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people are meth. Ow!
Remember how I was telling you how come election day, the Boynton Beach mayor could actually be in jail if it all goes right for mayoral candidate Cindy Falco DiCorrado. Now, the actual election is going to be on March 8th. And it was back in January of 2021. We had the mask mandates going on, and she went into an Einstein Brothers bagel store in West Boca. And they're like, hey, you got to put your mask on or you got to get out of here. We got the mask mandate. She's like, I'm not doing it. I got freedoms, blah, blah, blah. And so, they came over and the police tried to remove her for trespassing. And that's when this all went down.
I'm asking him to take his hand off of me. He has no right to kidnap me. This is kidnapping. You are. This is because the police department are ignorant of their constitutional rights. Okay. This is why this man has his hand on me. And he's on my personhood. And I have the right to protect my personhood. No, sir. Take your hand off of me. She out of here? I have done nothing wrong. Take a picture of these guys. Get their names.
Shame.
Let go of me. Shame on you. Let go of my purse. Are you filming this, sweetheart? Yes, I am. Are you filming this, sweetheart? Stop it! You cannot arrest me. I've done nothing illegal. I have done nothing illegal. No! I am not under arrest. Leave me alone!
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so after hearing that melee that went down, you can only imagine what a circus it was when she was in court yesterday.
Oh, things escalated?
Oh, my gosh. Now, a jury had found her guilty of trespassing and resisting an officer without violence, and she was facing 1 year in jail, 1 year of probation, and fines beyond court costs. So she goes in, and she's got a crew of cronies with her. And the first thing they do, they lay on the ground for 10 minutes in the court. And they're praying that she is found innocent. And then she gets up and starts speaking in tongues in the courtroom, which is like,
How many people would you say?
Yeah.
How many of her followers you say she had there?
I didn't say how many she had there,
Okay.
but she had apparently a vocal group with her. They were not numbered. And the judge hears the evidence and at the end gives her no jail time, probation, or any fines, and only orders that she pay court costs. And after the verdict, someone was yelling, "Hallelujah!" They said it looked like a Southern Baptist revival going on in there. So, wow, what an interesting day in court. And she walks away. So if she is elected mayor of Boynton Beach on March 8th, she will not be in jail.
Is there audio or video of that?
Let me see. Is there? That's all I got. That's all I got. Yeah, I hope that there is, because I would love to hear audio for speaking in tongues. So
yeah.
I was looking around for it, and I haven't seen it yet.
We couldn't find it either.
Hopefully tomorrow we'll have Cindy Falco di Corrado speaking in tongues. I don't know if she is elected mayor. Will she give her acceptance speech in tongues? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's possible. I'd love to see all that. So I don't know. It could be very interesting for Boynton Beach if she's elected. There's a Ukrainian man that was arrested for partially sinking his Russian tycoon boss's $7.7 million luxury super yacht in Spain, all to protest Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. He told the judge he didn't regret his actions and said he would do it again. The yacht, which is named the Lady Anastasia, is owned by a businessman who's the CEO of Russian Military Weapons Company. And so he really wanted to hit him where it hurt, and I guess that's by torching his boat. The crew member said, "Yeah, my boss is a criminal who sells weapons that kill the Ukrainian people," and he told the judge he didn't regret his actions and he would do it again.
Wow. What a story.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. $7.7 million luxury yacht. Well, police in New York, or what some people are now calling Poo York, arrested a man who smeared human feces on the face and back and head of a 43-year-old woman. The woman was sitting on a subway station bench when the stranger attacked her. Police released a video that shows the man holding what appears to be a black plastic bag. As he approaches the woman, he then mashes the hand holding the bag into her face. Then he ran off.
I mean, I'm a pacifist. I know you're a pacifist. We're not violent people. But what the hell, man? That would bring out a demon in me.
You need a butt kicking, yeah.
That just, I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah. They found him. 37-year-old Frank Brocqua was arrested and charged with forcible touching, menacing, disorderly conduct, and harassment. It feels like you need to throw about 8 more charges in there.
Minimum, if I was the judge, minimum of 10 years in hardcore prison.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Hardcore prison. You got to think about your actions, my friend.
Yeah, that's insane. Well, crazy stuff going on with the cartels in Mexico. A cartel pulled around 17 mourners from a wake before lining them up against a wall and shooting them all dead.
What?
Yes. The cartel wars are legit in Mexico.
That is a horrible story.
Yeah. The victims were seen with their hands above their heads against a wall before they were massacred by the gunmen. Between 10 and 17 people were shot dead by the cartel members at the funeral in the town of San Jose de Gracia in the Mexican state of Michoacan on Sunday.
Now, did the people they hit, were they all drug dealers in the drug world too, or were they just
Sounds
random?
like it's family members.
Damn, that is hardcore.
This massacre comes 2 weeks after gunmen killed 9 people at a funeral in Ciudad Juarez.
Might have to not go to funerals for a while.
Wow.
Is a Zoom funeral kind of awful?
What's that?
A Zoom funeral?
No, not if there's a chance you could be lined up against a wall and shot. Yeah, I think I might go that route instead. A driver in Washington State was hit with a DUI on Sunday night after crashing their SUV into a police car. Good heavens. Thankfully, the officer is going to be okay. Medical experts are calling out reports that wrongly claimed spoiled leftover Chinese food caused a teen to develop a life-threatening infection within hours, which led to the amputation of both his legs below the knees and parts of all of his 10 fingers.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, we'd had this story just about a week or so ago, and they're just saying, yeah, it wasn't the Chinese food that actually caused it.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah, they say in reality, the 19-year-old suffered a rare and extremely severe complication from a blood infection. So the bacterium is not foodborne. So that's how they were able to rule that out. Because his buddy ate the food, got sick, but didn't have the same kind of issues.
Dennys, you're getting low main today.
Okay. That's a crazy story. A woman from California conceived her 2 daughters 5 days apart. She got pregnant with baby number 2 while expecting baby number 1. Her daughters were born last August, and they look like twins, but they aren't.
Wait, hold on. What now?
Yeah, she got pregnant with baby number 2 while expecting baby number 1, just 5 days apart.
That can happen?
Yeah, it can.
Wait, you can get double pregnant already when you're pregnant?
The girls' births were the result of a rare occurrence called superfetation, when a second egg is released and fertilized during the first pregnancy.
This can happen?
This can happen. It's rare, but it can happen. Superfetation.
Double pregnancy.
Double pregnancy, yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy, huh?
Blowing my mind.
Yeah. And I thought you might like this story here, Jbird. A racehorse named Starship Chewbacca won a race at the Santa Anita Park in California last weekend.
They're at the top of the stretch. Starship Chewbacca on the outside. Big Sport at the rail. Coming to the 16th pole. It's Starship Chewbacca. Big Sport, tough as nails, comes right back to him. They're head and head for the wire. Starship Chewbacca or Big Sport. Starship Chewbacca earns the W.
Wow.
Nice.
How about that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. On that point on the last story we had about the...
double pregnancy?
Yeah. Somebody said, yeah, my best friend had the same thing happen with her twins. Her boy was conceived approximately 2 weeks before her girl, but they were actually born on the same day.
So technically, you could have 2 different babies from 2 different people.
I think so, yeah.
What the hell is happening here?
That would be really crazy if it went that way.
I'm shooketh.
Yeah, you'd be like, which one is which? And, oh, yeah. Dang.
Wow.
Okay. All right, coming up here in a few, I think somebody sent us the video with the Boynton Beach mayoral candidate that was speaking tongues in court yesterday. So I'll see if we can get that coming up here in just a second.
Okay.
For you. Yeah, I'd like to hear that. I mean, her other clip was so entertaining that I can only imagine that this has got to be pretty good as well.
No! I am not under arrest! Leave me alone!
Oh, my gosh.
Leave me alone! She almost turned British at the end. Leave me alone!
Yeah, that's something. I can only pray she's elected. You imagine 4 years of that. That'd be a lot of fun. All right, got kind of a follow-up to Am I the Jerk here. We were talking about one of the Am I the Jerks was just kind of like a dinner etiquette where somebody was invited to dinner and then they thought that the people who invited them, because they didn't want to go to dinner, they thought the people that invited them should be picking up the tab and kind of just stuck them with the bill, and now they're acting all cold and distant to them, saying like, look, am I the jerk? I didn't even want to go to dinner. You invited me.
Did you tell them you didn't want to go to dinner, or did you not internally want to go and you still showed up? Because if you didn't communicate your feelings, you said, hey, I don't have the money, or I can't go.
It sounded to me the way they wrote it up like it was just an internal feeling. You really need to say, like, no, we insist. Please come to dinner. Like, I really can't, guys. I can't come to dinner. I just whatever.
Use your words.
Yeah, you're right. Then I feel like you're less of a jerk. But yeah, other than that, yeah, you can't expect somebody to pick up your tab. So what do you think about this? This is kind of another dinner etiquette situation. This email just came in, mail@kvjshow.com. It says, is she a jerk for not disclosing her chili was vegetarian? It says, my sister-in-law went vegetarian last year but didn't make a big deal out of it. So for the last year, she's been collecting all these recipes and felt that she had finally perfected her vegetarian chili. So she invites the whole family over for dinner, and it wasn't until we all ate that she proudly proclaimed that the chili we just had was actually vegetarian. Well, her own father is a big meat eater, and he lost his mind. He said the whole meal was a lie, and he doesn't want to eat that crap. He stormed out of the house while saying that he will never eat anything she cooks ever again. Now, look, it was good chili, and I thought that's all that mattered, but are you a jerk if you serve someone a vegetarian dish without first disclosing that it is?
Personally, for me, I'm not going to get mad. The one thing I have learned, though, on this planet we call Earth, don't give somebody something as a trick or a deception with anything they're putting in their body, even with food. because they don't like it. People want to know what they're putting in their body. I wouldn't be pissed off by that, but
it makes me feel like it was wrong because she knew that she was serving something to get a reaction that maybe not everybody would like, and maybe she was going to prove a point to her meat-loving dad. See, Dad, you can't even tell with a vegetarian dish. And so that might be why he's so angry, is that it does feel like there was deception the way it was presented.
I'm not going to even lie. I used to get, as a little kid, now this would be little kid anger, my mom would make me grilled cheeses, and she would, I hated Miracle Whip, and I hated mayonnaise as the butter. When you make a grilled cheese with mayonnaise, it turns it gross. Some people love it. I do not like that taste. And she would lie to me and say it was with butter. And I remember I'd eat it and go, no, it drives you crazy.
It's clearly not.
It's not. And it was gross. And then you think you're going crazy.
And on top of, don't insult me thinking I'm that dumb. I don't know the difference between mayonnaise and butter.
Mom, I swear, I let it go. I'm not angry. I just say I'm using it as an example to Kevin. It's Kevin's fault.
Oh, yeah. Great topic. Yeah. Get some new ideas.
Unless you do a radio show, you shouldn't be pranking people and changing up people's food. We signed on for this life.
I will have Suits put up a poll. Are you a jerk if you serve someone a vegetarian dish without first disclosing that it is? Because, you know, people may just be like, hey, I'm making you food. Hey, do you want some chili? And not be thinking of it one way or the other. And if it were presented that way, be like, oh, I didn't know that it mattered. I mean, why didn't you ask? So is it partially, if you really have a stance about something like that? Because, look, if you were a vegetarian and somebody gave you chili, you'd be like going, hey, this isn't meat. It'd be the same way. Yeah. If you're a vegetarian, somebody said, oh, no, and they lied to you, and it came with deception or fraud in the presentation, then I think you're a jerk. But if they're just like, I don't know, it's chili, I just didn't think I need to say.
Run it through the hashtag #BeCool filter. If you are making a vegetarian or a vegan dish and you know you've got people who don't typically do that kind of style, let them know what you're making. Unless they signed up for this game of, oh, what are we eating? Mystery. Oh, I like games. So I'm cool with it.
Someone's saying the dad is being ridiculous because do you not know that your daughter has been eating vegetarian for the last year? And if you're eating her chili, shouldn't you assume? What, did she not tell you in the last year that she's now a vegetarian? If you're a big meat eater?
That's why I'm a little confused, too. If everyone knows what's going on, why isn't everyone just being cool with each other?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, his proclamation of I'm never going to eat anything you ever cook again.
Yeah, I don't know, Kev. I just have learned people get really squirrely when you... The whole vegan vegetarian thing, it makes people angry. It's not, because for some people, it's not only about the food and the taste. There's a thing that goes behind it.
Yeah, now, because look, I'm a meat eater, I'm a keto guy, and if somebody served me, I'm not going to flip out. I think it's a lot worse if you've made a commitment to your life and you don't eat meat, especially if you have strong feelings about not eating animals.
And then someone gives you a meat. That's way not cool.
That to me, I think, is a lot more uncool than somebody who is a meat eater getting a vegetarian dish. I mean, it's not, really a big deal to me.
But I've even noticed when I've come in here and I've said that I've had a Beyond Burger and it tasted good, just by me saying that, people they get mad about that. They've never even tried it. They just don't like the fact that I'm talking about something that's not meat. And there's a subsect of people that get angry, not just about the taste.
That's fine. You can have your own opinions on whether you eat meat or not. It's just about, if you go over to eat at somebody's house, what kind of disclosure do you need to have?
But that's my point. That some people are just going to be angry because of this topic. If the dad might just be one of those people that doesn't like the whole vegetarian movement.
Right, yeah. Well, we asked, are you a jerk if you serve somebody a vegetarian dish without disclosing that it is? 62% say no, 38% say yes, you are.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, to me, if you've got any kind of food irregularities or special things with your diet, look, I'm that way. I'm not militant with the keto.
And if you are, use your words.
Yeah, I'll kind of find out, like, hey, is this or that? And then I'll be like, I'm not meaning this, to be offensive, but this is pretty much what I stick to with my diet, and hopefully you'll respect that.
Yeah, you're talking to a guy over here that I love food, and I'm always talking about it. So if you come over to my house, you're going to know exactly what you're getting, unless you are wanting to do some kind of mystery game with me.
Yeah.
But if you're coming over, typically if you're having a dinner, you let the people know. And if I'm going to dinner, I'm asking, what kind of sides are there? What kind of appetizers we doing? I want all the deets.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I want all the deets, but none of the beats.
Okay. Let me see. Toby has got his rule on this when it comes to disclosing what you are serving somebody. Toby, what's your rule on this?
Well, I think there's a big difference between knowingly adding an ingredient that someone may not like versus leaving out an ingredient that someone may want. I think if you're adding something someone may not want to put in their body, that is entering jerk level. But if you just leave something out, no harm, no foul. I think it was a complete overreaction.
I'm with you on that.
It was good.
What do you think of it? Because people are asking, did she use it with like Beyond Meat or fake meat? If it was it looked like it was, and I assume the dad's so upset because it was that. I'm guessing that she put Beyond Meat in it, and he's thinking it's a meat chili. So does that change your thought on that, Toby?
Well, I think if she added something to it that he may not want in his body for whatever reason, yes, and I think the overreaction was fair.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people have strong feelings about that Beyond Meat.
They do. They have strong feelings about it.
Yeah, that they don't want to eat
if that
it.
was the case, yeah.
Well, yeah, anytime you're putting something in someone's body that they don't want, and it's trickery, you are a jerk.
You are a jerk just by doing that.
110%.
No, yeah, because even if the person is wrong, and it sounds like what she's doing, she thinks she's right. She's going to add years onto her dad's life. She's doing him a favor. He's going to try her vegetarian chili. He's going to be blown away. He's going to see the light, and he's going to stop eating meat, and he's going to...
I'm annoyed with you. If you're telling me it's real meat and it's fake meat, now you are annoying.
And it doesn't sound like she said either, but she didn't disclose.
You're right. She didn't say that in the beginning.
But it's her dad. She would know that he's a big meat eater. And then the fact that the dad doesn't think to ask, be like, hey, look, this is real meat, right? If she lied, then she's definitely a jerk.
I was really surprised to the last caller's point.
Yeah.
There's just a movement of people who don't like the non-meat world. There's a political thing behind it.
I'll tell you, for me, I mean, it's not big hang-ups about stuff, but I did the keto for 2 weeks. I did a vegan diet for 2 weeks where I'd eat the plant-based meat and things like that. For me, it makes me feel more bloated. And it reacts to my body differently.
Oh yeah, when me and Dennys did that vegan thing too, we were making Beyond Burgers all the time because that's what we were doing, the whole vegan challenge.
Right.
You have to cook these burgers. You have to almost char them, in my opinion. You got to really overcook them. If not, they can be gross, and you can absolutely load these things up to be extraordinarily fatty.
Yeah, and it wasn't even taste. It was just that, I don't know if it maybe had more sodium or something like that. And so overall, I just said, hey, this kind of stuff's not for me right now.
Oh, you can absolutely remain a fatty, and I've done it before on a vegan diet where we've done it before. I'm like, I'm not really losing any weight. I think I'm gaining pounds. Well, because you're making double burgers.
I think when I was eating the vegan stuff, I think there must have been more sodium because I was getting puffy. I was like, gosh, I feel like I'm bloated and putting on weight. It was weird for me.
Were you just eating the patty?
No, I was eating a lot more vegetables and things like that too. But I still like to have the substance, or at least be feeling like I'm eating meat of some sort. So yeah, I was probably having something with every meal.
It kind of defeats the purpose, but the best way to make a Beyond one of those fake burgers, you have to cook it, get it real nice and kind of charred a bit. Double or triple cheese, which already you're breaking the vegan rule, and then a potato bun, again breaking the vegan rule.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. I was feeling because you sometimes have a tendency. Look, if I just eat vegetables, I'm good. So that's pretty much 80% of my diet anyway.
Yeah.
So I went that way. But the little fringe stuff on both. Vegan or keto. That's why I went keto because I just think there's added things that were making me feel puffy.
Yeah, we got to do a major debate on not me and you. People were saying I was wrong. I could eat as much fruit as I want until I can't eat. I'm not going to gain that. I'm not going to gain that much weight. I'm just not. If I'm eating other crap. People go, no, if you eat the same amount of calories of fruit as you do Beyond Burgers or whatever, you're gonna gain weight, and I don't believe that at all.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've eaten fruit. I couldn't gain weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody said it's the opposite for me. Real meat makes me bloated and lethargic, but plant-based meat is fine. And that's why a lot of times for people, you got to find what works for you.
The chicken world, I think they've done the best. In the vegan, when it comes to the vegan stuff, the chicken, I think, is the best. There's a place in Oregon. My sister took me. Of course, it's in Oregon.
Yeah.
I was out by Portland.
Okay.
It's an all-vegan diner. I am not kidding you. Some of the best food I've ever had. It was fatty diner vegan food, and it did not taste vegan.
Really? Okay.
Oh, it was on that trucks, diners.
I think if I ate that way, I
barbecues.
would probably put on a ton of weight.
You
I think I would probably be 25 pounds heavier if I ate.
Oh, they made this vegan mac and cheese. They had a chicken, country gravy sandwich. It was so big, and you felt like such a fat ass after you ate it.
That's how I felt when I did it for 2 weeks. I was like, I don't think it's for me. So, all right, well, interesting thoughts. Basically, for the most part, they think there's a share of blame between both. Maybe the dad is overreacting a tad. But it's still not cool. The daughter and he should, be clear, be like, hey, look, I don't like it.
Bottom line is people don't like secrets, and they don't like secrets when it comes to something they're putting in their body, no matter what it is.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely fascinated with this woman that's running for mayor of Boynton Beach, Cindy Falco DiCorrado. She's the one who was arrested during the mask mandates in January 2021. She was at an Einstein Brother bagel store in West Boca, and they're like, hey, you got to put the mask on. You got to leave. And she's like, I'm not doing the mask. And like, well, you got to go. So they had to call the cops. They show up and say, hey, sorry, there's a mask mandate going on. They're trying to get her out. She's like, you will not touch me. And causing this big old scene. And, it gets out of control. She's very vocal.
I feel like she's...
I am not under arrest!
Yeah.
Leave me alone!
Yeah.
I feel like her scream's only going about 75%.
She's got more. She got more in the tank. Yeah.
It's not a full gorilla scream.
She got more in the tank. And so I was reading the story. She finally got to court yesterday, and I guess she's been building up a fan group ever since this whole story has broken. People were all behind her, but you should never have to put a mask on anywhere and all that kind of stuff. And hey, whatever you think, that's all fine and good. She's just entertaining with her screaming and the way she handles things. So she did not disappoint in court yesterday. Apparently, her and her crew, they went in there and they were laying on the floor and they were praying and saying the Lord's Prayer. They feel like, this is light versus darkness. This is good versus evil. This is, kind of one of those type moments.
People want to know if her personhood is okay.
Yeah, she said, you should not violate my personhood. That was in the comment that she had in the other clip we just played. And so here she is. And so they were saying that, they were laying on the floor and they were saying the Lord's Prayer. And then you'll hear at the end of the clip here, she starts speaking in tongues, which if you don't know, there are different sects of Christianity, especially where they believe that, the Holy Spirit will speak through you. And so to anybody else, it would be gibberish. But it's the voice of the Holy Spirit that is speaking, and maybe other people will be able to translate you. But it's
okay.
That's kind of what speaking in tongues is.
We have a religious moment right here. We have a miracle of sorts.
Yes, there was. Yes, the Spirit was with her in court, and honestly, hey, you know what? She prayed. She spoke in tongues. She did all this kind of stuff, and it did work. She was facing a year in jail, a year of probation and fines, and she got no jail time, no probation, no fines, just had to pay court costs. So, hey, in a sense, a miracle did happen. And this is what it sounded like yesterday when Cindy Falco DiCorrado was in the court.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
She's just got a great dramatic reading. Like you'd want to bring her out to your own church and just.
I'm calling it right now. This is not the first time she practiced it. This is well practiced.
She's good. She's good.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us.
That's the talking in tongues part. That's where she's filled by the Spirit of the Lord, and it's just I don't know if anybody, because it almost sounds like Russian to me.
That happened to me a long time. It was actually at your church, but this was before your church became the super church it was. This is back in high school in the beginning. And there was a dude. It was the first, my buddy took me with his mom and his dad. They go, I want to take you here and see what you think. And this guy stood up and starts speaking in tongues. And the whole church was weirded out. And my buddy's mom goes, well, you know, this doesn't happen every day. Just so you know, don't get freaked out. This does not always happen.
It's pretty,
it can be alarming if you're not expecting it.
It can, yeah. I mean, I saw, you know, some stuff like this when I was a kid. Yeah, every now and then they would have, it would be kind of like almost like a traveling Christian carnival that would come around, and they had faith healers, and they would have people that would speak in tongues, and it was, I remember it was like, wow, man.
Now, I'm not trying to disparage anyone's religion, and I'm asking you because you know about this stuff. When someone's speaking in tongues, are they basically saying, I've been taken over by the Holy Spirit. Whatever's coming out of me, I have no control over?
That's it. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. And then, you know, the way that I've heard it explained, and I've asked, I'm like, oh, okay, well, is there anyone who can understand this? Because if no one can understand, to me, it's just gibberish.
And I would really like to talk to somebody who said, no, Bird, I've really been taken over by the Spirit. Yeah. I was speaking in tongues. It really can happen.
And I'm not plugged in to know, and it depends upon who you talk to. And look, there may be some people that it can happen, but it's kind of like how maybe a lot of people feel with psychics.
It is.
Some people really have a gift. Other people are just talking gibberish.
Well, I could be over here. Are you lying, Bird? No, I have the Holy Spirit in me, and you're never gonna know.
You don't know. So does, you know, Cindy Falco Di Corrado? Does she really have the Holy Spirit in her, or is she just like repeating maybe some Russian that she picked up in Hallandale Beach? I don't know.
Or did she get a taste of that viral? Go viral, get on them likes, get on them views.
Oh, this is one way to do it. I mean, can you imagine if you're just like,
Well, you're a one-hit wonder if you can't deliver the second time. The first time, you nailed it. You caught the attention of people. What's your second act going to be?
I'm just curious, does anybody understand this? Yeah. Sounds Russian to me, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic. I legit would like to know about speaking in tongues, what goes behind it. Is it legit? Is there a lot of fraud stuff behind it?
This lady's just a walking circus. I'm just fascinated. Like, I could watch her all day long. That's why I'm really kind of now maybe need to support her candidacy for mayor of Boynton Beach. I mean, can you imagine if this was around all the time?
I don't know why. I'm not sure if her speaking in tongues is legit. I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't know. Can anybody shed any light on this? Yeah. So I mean, the verdict, whatever it was powerful. I mean, she was facing some time and everything else, and nothing. And people are like, hallelujah, and they're like, okay. I mean, if that's the case, everybody should go into court speaking in tongues.
Well, I know in some religious and spiritual practices, you do chanting. I mean, still, this is still practiced today.
Absolutely.
And it's a spiritual thing, but
everybody's got their own thing.
You're consciously doing it. You're consciously making sounds and vibrations. When people are speaking in tongues, do they know they're doing it, but they're just trying to channel it? I'm trying to figure out.
Whatever you need to do to, you think to connect with the higher power, you go for it.
I just need to know.
It's fascinating to watch.
Are you claiming you're being taken over by the Spirit, or are you just trying to channel the Spirit?
Yeah, I think a lot of people think it's the Holy Spirit speaking through them.
Okay.
Is kind of what we're talking about there. So, yeah, I don't know if anybody can shed any light on that, but yeah, what an interesting day in court. Well, we'd just seen yesterday in Palm Beach County, Cindy Falco Di Corrado, a candidate for mayor for Boynton Beach in the upcoming election on March 8th, was basically acquitted. She was facing a year in jail, year probation, fines, jail time, all that kind of good stuff. Nothing came to her. She only had to pay court costs. And was it because she was speaking in tongues? Was it gibberish? What is the ruling on this? Got some interesting text on it. And I was wondering, because part of it sounded like it was Russian to me, and I know we got a lot of Russians here in South Florida.
And it's topical.
Yeah. Did you hear anything that sounded like something from your language? Yeah, people are texting and saying, yeah, I speak Russian. That's not Russian. That's gibberish. So it's not Russian. And the other thing, some people, too, that say that they are Pentecostal, and that is interesting about speaking in tongues, They say that the Bible says you shouldn't speak in tongues in public unless there is someone there who can translate, because then it's just a spectacle that doesn't give attention to God. It gives attention to the person.
Whoa, I like that.
Yeah.
That's good stuff right there.
So unless she had somebody that was there that could be like, oh, here's what she's saying and translate, then yeah, it would not be.
I'm just glad people know about this speaking in tongues. I think it's kind of awesome learning about it.
Yeah, just really fast. Could you imagine if you're the judge and you're like, what is going on here?
Well, again, when someone starts speaking in tongues and you're not expecting it, it does throw you off slightly.
Yeah. David's on here from Boynton Beach to talk a little bit more about it, about, gibberish versus the Holy Spirit and what is going on. You said that you've had it happen to you, David, and even some of your friends too.
Yeah. So I'm 42 years old. I've had it happen where I do speak in tongue. Usually during a prayer meeting. That's when it happens. And the way that it's happened, and I've experienced it. Yeah, you don't I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. So it just comes out, and it's stuff that you're just saying. But again, I have no clue. So what happens is usually, in my experiences, is kind of like what you said. I don't know what was up with that lady. I have no idea. But in my experiences, basically, what happens is either there are people that can speak in tongues and then right after translate and say in English or Spanish, whatever it is, what they just said.
Right.
But also sometimes there is somebody there that will step up and translate what they just said. So that's usually what's happened with me, where I say whatever I'm saying, and then there's usually an elder that will translate what I said.
Yeah, but that you're saying,
Now,
the key word that people are saying is translator. You've got to have somebody. It's gibberish if it's not real
Exactly.
communication.
That's huge.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's huge, because otherwise, what's the point? Exactly.
Right.
I have so many questions.
It's one of those things where it's weird, man. I know you have a lot of questions, because I have a lot of questions when it's happened and after it happens, and I still ask. And it's just one of those things. You just don't think about what you're saying; it just comes out.
But what type of messages have you gotten to where you got a translator there? You're speaking in tongues. What does the translator say you've said?
Sometimes it's about healings that doesn't even have to do with me. It's healing somebody in there, and they're just talking about, the power of God is here. I couldn't tell you verbatim what I've said, but it's more of like the power of God is here, and the Holy Spirit has touched so and so, and they're getting better, or their situation's gonna get better. Whatever it is you're praying for. That's usually how it's happened in my experiences.
Okay.
Or it's talking sometimes in general, in terms of like, okay, well, there's a revival going on, or there will be a revival, or God is coming, that kind of stuff. So that's usually the message, at least in my experiences, like I said. So
Okay, well, yeah,
right.
we're gonna delve into this
So,
on Weird and Whatever
yeah.
a little bit more. I know
it is a fascinating subject, and wasn't it David used a lot like in the first century church to like spread the faith to people who spoke different languages? Was that kind of part of it?
I believe so. I'm not a great religious scholar, honestly.
Okay.
But,
All right.
David, do you
the weird thing is, too, go ahead.
Do you mind if we get your number, too, before you hang up? When you hang up, just don't hang up right away. I want to make sure Dennys gets your number, because I was going to ask you some few questions for a Weird and Whatever podcast.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not a problem.
Okay. So I think the biggest thing that we got out of this is that we need a translator. And somebody said, I actually understood what Cindy Falco Di Corrado was saying. She was saying, I am insane and I will destroy Boynton Beach. So apparently she was speaking in tongues legitimately, and that was her message.
Do you think she's listening right now? Because obviously someone that knows her, so they're doing a segment on her.
I don't think that her flock listens to this program. Would be my guess.
I would so disagree with that statement.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Dude, there's no way someone's not telling her that this is going on.
I mean, if you put on a spectacle in court, it's clearly going to make our show.
Of course. Yeah. I mean,
that's it. Okay.
Do we have her on before?
No.
We did. We had someone else on that did some stuff at a store before that was screaming.
Oh, we've had a lot of nut jobs on the show.
Yeah, we interviewed somebody that went viral for screaming in a store for the same kind of.
It's interesting to watch. So, there you go. All right, well.
Well, she got us a segment.
Yeah, no, she really did. So I guess we'll see. I don't know. Is this the final chapter that we have of Cindy Falco Di Corrado, or is she just beginning? Well, you got to love South Florida. It's definitely full of very colorful, interesting people. Keeps life fascinating. That's why I love it. We got this text that come in. Somebody said, I thought you guys would probably like this story. It says, I went to one of the nude beaches here in South Florida this weekend with some friends. And this older guy came up to our group. And he's like, yeah, how old are you guys? We told him, we're about 24, 25. And he responded, oh, really? You don't look any older than 15 or 16. Ugh. Then he proceeded to ask if we wanted to go to dinner. So gross.
Oh my gosh. I told you about one of our listeners was trying to get me and Dennys to go to a nude beach with them.
Wow.
One guy kept on bringing up the nude beach, and me and Denny's like, I think this guy wants to, I don't know, turn this into a sandwich or something.
Oh my goodness. Wow. There's always something going on.
There is.
Always something going on. So, yeah, I mean, what do you expect? Dang. Yeah, I wonder how many of those things, because I thought like the nude beach, do they police it themselves? Because what do you do when the creepster comes out and it's not what it's there for? It's to, celebrate the, just being nude and the freedom and all that. But so what do you do when somebody is there clearly like this guy ruining for everybody, trying to hit on 24 and 25-year-old girls and saying they look like they're 15 and 16, and then after that saying you want to go to dinner?
Look, I don't understand the lifestyle, but I respect it. The people who are truly in that nudist world, they really do have rules and have a mission of what they believe in. But just by numbers, if you are naked, unfortunately, you're not going to shoot 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. You're gonna bring in some creepos.
You're gonna have
it's just the way it is, man.
So how do they wind up regulating and policing these nude beaches then? When you're like, hey, that guy needs to go.
I think as soon as it gets creepy, the community's got to. They have to band together.
And the person who drags them out, are they wearing pants? Or are they trying to do that naked as well?
And what happens if there's a tackling situation?
Exactly. You got to take them to the ground. I mean, it could be. Ugh.
And if you are in the nudist colony world and you have someone there that does not want to take off the clothes but just wants to be there and learn about it, are you already kind of suspect of that person going, they're not going to be in our world. They're just here to kind of ogle.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, how do you police all this stuff and make sure that this guy, which that is a guy that seems like he's breaking the codes.
Is there a naked captain that goes up, sorry, you got to either stop looking or take that off, or I don't know how it works.
Good question, but you are right. That definitely is a fascinating story that we definitely want to know about. So
yes.
Thank you for sending that. So whenever you run into the weirdos in South Florida, you know where to come. They're all right here. 877-979-WRMF. Virginia's at Mardi Gras. It is Fat Tuesday today. She will be back with us on Thursday. She's going to go and enjoy the festivities. She said yesterday on the After the Show podcast till about 1 o'clock, and then she winds it down, and then she's going to be getting on the road tomorrow. So she'll be back in studio with us on Thursday. Don't forget, today is also International Pancake Day, which is a good day to have that on Fat Tuesday. Get that free short stack at IHOP. So you might want to go check that out here today. So we got another After the Show podcast going to be coming up on Facebook in just about 10 to 15 minutes from now. You can also get it on demand wherever you get your podcasts or on the WRMF app. Before we get there, Bird, wrap it all up with your thought for the day.
I'll keep it simple, keep it blunt, but I'll keep it positive.
Could you do it in tongues?
I can't even do tongues right.
It's tough.
It's Fat Tuesday, bitches. Be kind to yourself today and eat some damn pancakes. Yes!
Yeah, all right.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.